listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon.
Welcome to Bowie Baysox Baseball. It's time now for the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show.
It's the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show from Prince George's Stadium. We're getting set for Game 4 in this 6-game series between the Altoona Curve and your Bowie Baysox. So glad you're with us. Matt Sabatis with you from the ballpark in Bowie as the Baysox have recaptured first place in the Southwest Division. A slugfest of a winner last night that saw a combined 6 home runs, 3 from both sides, was able to get Bowie ahead thanks to just the better timed home runs. An early blast by Connor Norby and a late blast by Connor Norby in the 6th inning. Bowie was able to pick up the 11-8 victory, and combined with an Erie Seawolves loss, Bowie has found themselves in sole possession of first place for the first time in a couple of days. The last time that they had sole possession of first place was in the middle of their Akron series during their last road trip just about 2 weeks ago today. But as we look on to today's game, Bowie does have a good opportunity to maybe continue, as Altoona is throwing out a bit of a fly ball trouble pitcher with Luis Ortiz. While he does give up a handful of ground balls this year, home runs have plagued him a lot this season. And Bowie, of course, does have one of the hottest offenses in the Eastern League right now. As we get set up for today's game, we open with the numbers. Altoona coming in for game number 117 on the season. A 58-58 record. They're on a 2-game losing streak. Altoona, though, is still 7-3 over their last 10, 29-31 when playing on the road. Bowie comes in for game number 118 on the year, a 58-59 record, a 2-game winning streak, as the Baysox are 5-5 over their last 10, 33-27 when playing in front of the home crowds here at Prince George's Stadium. In the second half, Altoona is 25-22, while the Baysox have the best record in the Eastern League at 31-17. Since June 27th, the start of the second half, Bowie is tied for the second best record in all of minor league baseball. Only the Yankees' AAA affiliate, the Scranton Wilkes-Barre Rail Riders, has a better record since June 27th. Bowie is in first place in the Southwest Division, and they are 1 game ahead of second place Erie. The Erie Seawolves will face off against Harrisburg tonight at 7 o'clock. They'll get going from F&B Field, and of course we'll get you updates as that game goes along. Erie is 30-18. Altoona is 4th overall in the Southwest Division. They are 5.5 games behind Bowie, who is in first place, and Altoona is 1.5 games behind third place Akron. The Rubber Ducks are 27-21, and Bowie, of course, still has one more series to face off against with Akron this year, as well as with Erie. So there's still plenty of room left to build for Bowie. Plenty of games left to be played. As we focus on today's game, first and foremost, though, your starting pitching matchup sees Luis Ortiz going for Altoona, while Justin Armbruster will get the ball for Bowie. Starting with Ortiz, a 5-8 record, a 4.69 ERA. He has 109 innings under his belt this year. He has been a fast riser in the Pirates organization. Passed over high A entirely. He signed out of the Dominican in 2018 and spent all of last season with single-A Bradenton in the Florida State League. Jumped right up and joined Altoona to start this year, and after struggling a little bit to go distance in some of his outings early on, he only finished the 5th inning once in his first 7 starts. He's now finished the 5th inning 11 times of his 22 games started. So those are pretty respectable numbers in terms of what he's been able to accomplish for the Curve. He also picked up a win against the Baysox back in early June. He tossed 5 2/3 innings and struck out 7 batters. But as he is getting a little bit deeper into his outings, finishing the 6th inning in 3 of his last 4 starts, he is going to be coming out with a tough memory of this ballpark. When he pitched here last month against the Baysox, he was tagged for a couple of home runs. Bowie nailed him for 6 runs in July, a losing effort. And Bowie got home runs from Colton Cowser and Zach Watson in the game. Ortiz sports a fastball that can sit in the upper half of the 90s, as well as a slider and a changeup. But again, while his ground ball to fly ball ratio does tell you that he's more of a ground ball pitcher, the home runs that he is allowed might tell you a different story. So really what that means is that when the ball gets put into the air, it's got a high likelihood of potentially leaving the park, even if it is a rare fly ball. But that tells you with Bowie and their high fly ball ratio just as a team, could be setting themselves up for another power-packed day. As Justin Armbruster goes for the Baysox today, a 4-0 record and a 3.74 ERA for the right-hander. He's on a 3-game winning streak for Bowie at the moment. And over that 3-game streak, he's fired 16 total innings, allowed just 8 hits and 4 runs. He's walked only 4 batters and struck out 13. It's been a good run for Armbruster, and his win against Somerset last week saw him throw 90 pitches with just 1 run allowed. it's been an individual home run here and there that has really burned him a little bit. Because remember, he did have a no-hitter going into the 6th inning against Akron 2 weeks ago, and he only allowed one solo home run to Somerset last week. Now, Armbruster was giving up a handful of fly balls in his last start against Somerset, only worked 3 ground balls over his 5 total innings. But after stranding 2 in scoring position in the 1st inning, he didn't really have any issue from there. But of course, remember, Altoona was just as involved in the power-packed game yesterday, slugging 3 of the 6 home runs. They've got some good hitters in this lineup between Andy Rodriguez and Aaron Shackelford, who are anchoring 3rd and 5th in the lineup respectively. Bowie will need to be careful. Armbruster will need to be careful. His ground ball to fly ball ratio, as we're sticking on that a little bit, is less than 0.5. So about twice as many balls into play against Armbruster have been in the air. So he's just going to want to make sure that he gets it high enough in the zone to where that those balls don't go too far out. They just stay high, maybe a simple pop-up here or there. We've got plenty to discuss here on the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show as we take a quick break now. When we come back, we've got a special interview. The Orioles Director of Player Development, Matt Blood, is in town. Picked his brain a little bit on just the overall system, the state of the system, and what his job kind of entails when it comes to organizing the individual staffs for the individual affiliates of Baltimore here in Maryland, and then, of course, down at AAA Norfolk. So Matt Blood is our guest next. Stick around and tune in. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
From sprains to stitches, sore throats to stomach aches, and pulled muscles to poison ivy, care is around the corner at Patient First. Walk in to see a doctor from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name fits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Baysox, open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
There's plenty going on at the ballpark on Saturday, August 27th. Bowie will be hosting a special tribute to Negro League Baseball, as well as an exhibit presented by the Josh Gibson Foundation with special artifacts from the Hall of Famer's career, as well as the Baysox huge Touch a Truck event featuring dozens of construction, excavation, emergency vehicles, and trucks for all fans to enjoy and interact with exhibits as well. It begins at 4:30 and is going to run till 6:30 ahead of the 6:35 game. It's all presented by Miss Utility and comes your way on a busy Saturday, August 27th, so get your tickets at baysox.com.
Everyone deserves a great smile, and Rad Orthodontics is here to help you, Bowie Baysox fans. Rad Orthodontics accepts most insurance, and whether it's braces or Invisalign aligners, anyone can get the smile they've always wanted with our flexible payment options. With 2 of the country's leading orthodontists right here in the DC area, we love to see Baysox fans smile with confidence. So get that amazing smile you deserve. Visit radsmile.com today and book your free consult. That's radsmile.com for Rad Orthodontics, official smile provider of the Bowie Baysox.
Getting back to work here on the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show as we get ready for Bowie and Altoona, game 4 of 6 between these two squads as the Baysox have pushed their way into first place. We've got a special interview today, sitting down with the Orioles Director of Player Development, Matt Blood, one of his many trips out to Bowie this season. First off, first time we're sitting down with you, Matt. How's it been just coming out every now and again? Obviously, you visit pretty much every other affiliate, but what's the season been like for you as you've kind of bounced around and covered the minors while the Major League team is putting together such a special year, too?
Oh, it's been a great year. A lot of fun seeing the players when their progress, and a lot of them, moving up to different levels here in Bowie. We've seen a lot of that with players that started here moving up, and with players that started a little lower coming here and playing well. So my inspiration comes from seeing players get better and get closer to their dream, and this year we've seen a lot of that happen.
And of course, you're one of the guys that has the most in-depth knowledge of kind of the entire minor league organization compared to pretty much anyone else that you could compare. Was there really any surprise when Gunnar Henderson was kind of shocking the world to be named the consensus top prospect in minor league baseball?
I'm not gonna tell him he can't do anything. He's got the motor, to accomplish whatever his goals are. He's an incredible kid and hard worker and just competitor. And so seeing him have the success he's had is not surprising because I've seen the work that he puts in.
So just walk us through in general kind of your role specifically, the Director of Player Development. You obviously oversee a lot of the ongoings between the staffs of each minor league affiliate, but if you can give us a little more in-depth rundown, let us know.
Yeah, I mean, first and foremost, my main job is to find and hire the staff, and to organize them, and to get them on the same page, and have them, because they're the ones, our people are the ones who actually do the magic. I don't really do anything. They're the ones who do the magic. And then from there, it's just monitoring progress and how players are doing, and kind of nudge here and there, whatever is needed to help the players continue to improve.
Are there any maybe particular improvements that you think have really shown from the Baysox particularly? Obviously, Joey Ortiz and his improvement at shortstop, especially after having to share it at the first half of the season to pretty much become the league's best here in the second half of the season. And then a lot of the power from, say, Colton Cowser here in the second half, too. Is there any other particulars that you think have really stood up from what this coaching staff has been able to develop?
Well, yeah, Joey mentioned that he's a great one. I mean, we all know he could play defense, and he started out, pretty well last year offensively before the injury, and I think it's taken him a little while to come back from that injury. But now, man, with as well as he's played over the past 2 months, it's really exciting to see, for the whole organization. And yeah, I mean, a lot of players have come here and played well. Cowser has played even better here than he did in Aberdeen, which is great, and Norby as well. And then just to see the consistency that someone like Hudson Haskin has shown throughout this season. So a lot of learning going on here in Bowie, and players that are really helping themselves take the next step.
You mentioned how the coaching staff is a lot of where your supervisory roles take on. There was a little bit of note coming into this season that Bowie had a bit of a young staff, but they've got the experience, and they've been able to bring some of their roles as players in the Orioles organization as well to help kind of bridge that gap. Was that something that you had picked up on, or you just found a handful of coaches that you knew would do the best possible work regardless of their age?
Yeah, regardless of their age. We actually have young staffs kind of in a couple different places in our org, especially in Aberdeen.
Yeah, true.
But here with Kyle Moore, as the manager, he's got tremendous experience and understanding of how we do things in this organization. So, that right there made me feel comfortable. Plus, Josh Conway and Tim DeJean both worked with Kyle last year in Aberdeen. So, in my opinion, it's actually this staff has got some continuity and somewhat veteran presence. And then Becker and Billy, they're both new to this level, but they're both very talented, skilled coaches that get along well with people. So I really did not have any concerns about how this staff would come together.
How big is that to have the continuity between the three that were with Aberdeen last year, not only to have that synergy together, but with the players, as a lot of them came up from Aberdeen to Bowie to start the year, and they're all relatively familiar with each other in the clubhouse?
I think it can help. If you have it, then it just makes things a little more simple in regards to building trust and comfort. But if you don't have it, then it's the leader's job to build it. And what we're seeing in Aberdeen this year, all of them are new, except for Ryan Gall. So the whole staff is new to each other. Yeah. But they, Roberto Mercado is in a great job of building the culture there. So it can be done with continuity. It can be done without it. It's just important that it's done.
Yeah. As we continue on with Matt Blood, the Director of Player Development for Baltimore today. More fun question. You like to bring your family out whenever you go on a lot of these trips. What's that been like to get your boys out and experience just the fun backside of minor league baseball like this, and see how it's done on the day-to-day basis, and kind of take in the game during the summer?
Yeah, well, we're very big on family here. Our jobs require us to be away a good bit. Every coach here is away from their family way more than they would like to be. And, the same for me. I travel a good bit. And so I have to do this in order, one, to, continue to build relationships with my children, but also to give my wonderful wife a break sometimes. So, that's first and foremost. But for them, it's really neat. They get to come down and be on the field sometimes, and they get to throw and just kind of see what it's like to be a professional athlete. And, I didn't have that growing up, and it's kind of cool for them to experience that.
Yeah. Matt, I really appreciate the time. It was really nice to catch up with you today.
Absolutely. It's always great being here.
That's Matt Blood here on the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show. We'll step aside. Be back in a bit. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Are you interested in beginning or expanding on a career in the pipe fitting, pipe welding, or HVAC service industry? Are you interested in a career path that will set you up for life without experiencing any college debt? If you are interested in these things and you live in the DC area, the Steamfitters UA Local 602 Apprenticeship Program is the best choice for you. For more information about our apprenticeship program and how to apply, please visit steamfitters-602.org. That's steamfitters-602.org.
Hey kids, the Baysox Futures Club is the best way to be a fan of the Baysox, and it's completely free for kids ages 3 through 12. Futures Club members get access to special members-only events, discount ticket offers, and free gifts for just signing up. Parents, head over to Baysox.com to sign up your kids, so don't miss out on all the promotions and giveaways at Prince George's Stadium this season and next. The Baysox Futures Club. Sign up now at Baysox.com.
Pest Now is proud to partner with the Bowie Baysox and provide their pest control services. For all your residential and commercial pest control needs, call Pest Now. For general pest control, termite control, mosquito control, and all other pest control services, call Pest Now. You can reach us at 301-231-8300 or visit us online at www.pestnow.com.
Well, back to Prince George's Stadium one final time here on the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show as we get ready for Game 4 between Bowie and Altoona. No roster moves to update you on ahead of this one. Both sides keeping the same roster. Bowie most recently, of course, putting Maverick Handley on the injured list and bringing back Andres Angulo to fill his slot as an extra catcher. Cody Roberts will be catching for 2 straight days. We'll discuss the defense in a little bit, but we've got to take a break. When we get back, we've got first pitch and all the play-by-play. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Sky Shooter Displays by ZY Pyrotechnics will be lighting up the sky with top-of-the-line fireworks shows following Baysox games all season long. We will give you the best bang for your buck. Sky Shooter Displays include traditional shows, true pyro musicals, custom choreographed plays, and much more. The night sky is truly limitless, so don't be shy. Give ZY a try. Find out more by calling us at 570-328-1361 or visit us online, zypyrotechnics.com.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
It's time for Bowie Baysox Baseball. The Baysox are the AA affiliate of the Baltimore Orioles. Coverage of the 2022 Bowie Baysox season is brought to you by Chesapeake Employers Insurance, DCA Imaging Systems, On the Green, Patient First, Royal Farms, Smile Doctors, and ZY Pyrotechnics. And now, live from the ballpark, it's time for Bowie Baysox Baseball.
We're ready to go from Prince George's Stadium. It's Game 4 in this 6-game series between the Altoona Curve and your Bowie Baysox. So glad you're with us. Matt Sabatis with you from the ballpark in Bowie. And as Justin Armbruster warms at the mound for the Baysox, the starting lineup for the Curve that he'll face looks like this. Leading off at third base, you've got Jared Triolo, followed by Nick Gonzalez at shortstop, batting second. Andy Rodriguez is the catcher, batting third. Malcolm Nunez, the DH, bats fourth. Aaron Shackelford at first base, bats fifth. Leo Verpagero at second base, sixth. Andres Alvarez is the left fielder, batting seventh. Lolo Sanchez is in right field, batting eighth. And Matt Frazier at center field, bats ninth. Altoona is the AA affiliate of the Pittsburgh Pirates. They're managed by Kyron Madison, assisted by Drew Bennis, John Nunnally, Blake Butler, and Jonathan Prieto. Victor Silva is the athletic trainer. Altoona is 58-58 on the season, 25-22 in the second half. And again, their lineup features Triolo, Gonzalez, Rodriguez, Nunez, Shackelford, Peguero, Alvarez, Sanchez, Frazier, all to face off against Justin Armbruster on the mound. Prince George's Stadium here in Bowie, 309 feet down the line to both left and right field, 405 feet to straightaway center, as the right-handed batter Triolo digs in, a 283 average and a 794 OPS in 109 games this season. 19 doubles, 5 triples, 9 homers, 38 runs driven in for the speedster leading it off. As Armbruster grabs some rosin, climbs the hill, sets to foot the rubber with Triolo, tapping home plate and ready to go. Armbruster comes set, holds them at the chin and drops to the waist. Kicks and fires the first pitch home. It's a breaking ball. Popped up foul right side. Playable potentially for Toby Welk on the warning track. No, it'll just get over. Hits off at the top of the Baysox dugout, and it's 0-1 to start as we're underway at 7:06 p.m. on an 81-degree, partly cloudy day, mostly sunny now. We'd had some passing showers around Bowie, never really hit us, fortunately, here on what's turned out to be a pretty gorgeous day in Prince George's County. As there's not too much sunlight left to see, the 0-1 pitch is a breaking ball, misses outside, sets it even at 1-1 on Triolo. The sunlight that remains on the field is just glimpsing on the right field grass slightly. The 1-1, swing and a miss, slider down and away, it's 1-2. And then the right field wall is getting a nice little sunbathe, but pretty much everything else is taking in the shade on the later evening first pitch. The 1-2 to Triolo. Breaking ball down and away. Armbruster sticking with the off-speed, and it runs the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes here. Bowie winners of back-to-back games to have a 2-1 edge in this series, trying to make it 3 in a row. The 2-2. Check swing, breaking ball inside. That was more of a flinch by Triolo to make sure that the ball didn't hit his hands. Handle moved a lot more than the barrel did, and it runs full to open. Armbruster has opponents just 1 for 13 on full counts. The pitch home. Swing and a miss into the mid of the catcher, but still good enough for strike 3. Armbruster opens his day with a strikeout. Let's tell you about the rest of the defense around him. From left to right in the outfield, you've got Adam Hall, Colton Cowser, and John Rhodes. Cesar Prieto is at third base. Joey Ortiz, the shortstop. Connor Norby at second. Toby Welk at first. And Cody Roberts catches behind the plate for Justin Armbruster on the mound. As Nick Gonzalez digs in, right-hander hitting .253 with a 774 OPS. First pitch home, and Gonzalez takes a late hack on a foul. Fastball was in, and he hit it to the right side. 0-1 to start. 11 doubles and no triples, 5 homers, 19 runs batted in for Gonzalez this season. As Armbruster waits for the batter to get into the box. He holds set now. The 0-1 to Gonzalez. Misses down and inside. It's a ball and a strike. Justin Armbruster, a 6'4", 230-pound, 23-year-old right-hander from Bellevue, Washington. 12th round draft selection in 2021 from the University of New Mexico. Fires the 1-1 to Gonzalez, and it's floated up the left field line, and it touches down just foul. Hooked ever so slightly, missed the mark by at most 6 inches, and Gonzalez will have to head back into the box with the count now at 1-2. That sinker a bit down and inside. A good pitch to place, and Gonzalez nearly burned Armbruster for it. Justin Armbruster this season, a 4-0 record and a 3.74 ERA. He's on a 4-game win streak. 10 games, 6 starts. He had a couple of piggyback roles with rehabbing starters from Baltimore. 45 2/3 innings for Armbruster with 45 strikeouts and only 8 walks. Among the rotation, that's the best strikeout to walk ratio. As he snaps set now, bases empty, 1 away. The 1-2 to Gonzalez. High bouncer, punched over towards short, picked at the chest by Ortiz, and a missile to first, pulls the fielder off the bag, but Welk applies the tag. Gonzalez wasn't able to get past Welk, and a 6-3 putout is still executed. There's 2 away. So now here's Endy Rodriguez. Your umpiring crew for today's game. Ray Valero is at third base. Evan Johnson is at first. And Mike Snover is the crew chief. He's calling the balls and strikes behind home plate. Rodriguez, a switch hitter, batting as a lefty here, 356 average and 1164 OPS. Still just 12 games at Double-A. He's got a base hit in all of them. The first pitch here is fouled off. Fastball goes back to the screen, and it's 0-1 to open. 4 doubles and no triples for Rodriguez, 4 home runs, including 2 in this series. He's driven in 13 runs. 0-1 pitch, and Rodriguez watches a called strike. Fastball with a lot of good sink on it. Called for strike on the pretty much heart of the plate. Quickly 0-2. Mild shift on for Rodriguez here as we're scoreless in the top of the first. Armbruster looks for the perfect frame. 0-2. Ripped up the line, but foul. First base side. A hard pull by Rodriguez. That time a changeup. Sat in the middle of the plate again. And the count stays at 0-2. Armbruster, making his second start of the homestand, pitched excellently against Somerset last week. 5 innings of 1-run ball gave Bowie a 5-3 win. As a brief time is called, that foul ball ricocheted back into the field of play. Armbruster only struck out 4 batters and walked 3 in that appearance, though. That was his most at Double-A. And are we getting some pine tar here as Rodriguez, yep, he needs some tar. Took a trot back to the dugout and asked for a little bit from the on-deck batter Malcolm Nunez. Armbruster did have a little bit of trouble in the first inning last week. Had 2 runners into scoring position, but stranded them both, and then never allowed another runner to reach third base. As he sets here, the 0-2 pitch to Rodriguez. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Pumped the high heater, and 2 strikeouts in a perfect first inning for Justin Armbruster. Bottom of the first coming up in Bowie. Altoona nothing. Baysox set to bat. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
When your commercial plumbing project calls for a job done safely and on time, then your job calls for the plumbers of Local 5 Washington, D.C. Local 5 will always deliver the most skilled and well-trained plumbing craftsmen in the DMV. If you're a contractor who needs safe jobs done well, you need the plumbers of Local 5 Washington, D.C. Start your partnership with them today. Visit local5plumbers.org. That's local5plumbers.org.
At Luminous Health, we want you to feel your best. This summer, take the time to catch up on your annual health screenings. Visit us at our Anne Arundel Medical Center, Doctors Community Medical Center, or one of our primary care offices in your neighborhood. At Luminous Health, you are the MVP. Learn more at luminoushealth.org.
Well, Justin Armbruster had a perfect first inning, spun on just 14 pitches for Bowie. And the Baysox offense will try and back him up on that a little bit. As Luis Ortiz warms on the mound for the Altoona Curve, the starting lineup for the Baysox that he'll face looks like this. Leading off in center field, you've got Colton Cowser, followed by Connor Norby at second base, batting second. Joey Ortiz, the shortstop, bats third. Cesar Prieto at third base, fourth. Kobe Mayo is the DH. He bats fifth. Adam Hall in left field, sixth. Toby Welk at first base will bat seventh. Cody Roberts, the catcher, eighth. And John Rhodes in right field bats ninth. Bowie is the Double-A affiliate of the Baltimore Orioles. They're managed by Kyle Moore, assisted by Brandon Becker, Josh Conway, Tim DeJohn, Billy Facto, and Chandler Geller. Calvin Christensen is the video coordinator. Lindsey Birchfield and Blake Wooten are the athletic trainers. Bowie is 58-59 on the season, 37-17 in the second half. That's the best record in the Eastern League this half. And again, the lineup features Cowser, Norby, Ortiz, Prieto, Mayo, Hall, Welk, Roberts, Rhodes, all to face off against Luis Ortiz on the mound. As the left-handed batter Cowser steps in, a .352 average and a .1059 OPS in 46 games. First pitch home, and he watches it all the way. Fastball at 98 from Ortiz is called for a strike, and the count opens up at 0-1. 10 doubles and no triples for Cowser, 9 home runs, 29 runs batted in. As the 0-1 pitch is just a bit too far inside, still at 98 on the gun. Sets the count even in a ball and a strike. Mild shift on for the lefty as the 1-1 pitch is smoked out toward deep left field, headed to the corner. Alvarez giving chase. In foul ground now, it gets out of play and touches down at the edges of the berm just behind the Altoona bullpen. Sets it to a ball and 2 strikes now. Cowser has been a little bit dry lately, while his contact has been there, and you can't doubt that. He has not hit a home run in nearly 3 weeks. His last came when Bowie was in Harrisburg, the 1-2 pitch. And Cowser gets a piece that nicks off the mask of the catcher. Count stays at a ball and 2 strikes. Bowie picked up an 11-8 win last night that really tested the limits of Prince George's Stadium's outfield wall. Plenty of wall-scraping doubles and a combined 6 home runs, 3 for each side. Another 1-2 to Cowser is checked on down and in. Appeal to the third base umpire, says Cowser held up. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ortiz making his third appearance against Bowie this year. We can discuss him more in depth in a bit. But Cowser had an excellent day even without the use of the long ball. 4 for 5, his second 4-hit day with the Baysox. He picked up a trio of singles and a double. 2-2. Called strike 3. Fastball clips in at 99 miles an hour from Ortiz, and Cowser is rung up. Tell you about the defense for Altoona. From left to right in the outfield, you've got Andres Alvarez, Matt Frazier, and Lolo Sanchez. Jared Triolo at third, Nick Gonzalez at short, Leo Verpagero at second, Aaron Shackelford at first, and Andy Rodriguez, the catcher, for Luis Ortiz on the mound. As Connor Norby digs in, first pitch into the right-hander is down and away. Fastball at 99, 1-0 to start. 293 average for Norby, a 923 OPS in 45 games, 11 doubles and a triple, 11 home runs, 32 runs batted in. The 1-0 pitch. And Norby belts it out to deep left field. This one sends Alvarez jogging, but I think he's got no chance. Norby's done it again. Connor Norby says goodbye. You can't stop him. You can't even hope to contain him. It's his 12th this season and his third in his last 4 at-bats. Bowie leads 1-0. .103 miles an hour off the bat for Norby. 418 feet away from home plate. And it's the second night in a row that he's homered in his first at-bat in the first inning. Here's Joey Ortiz. First pitch in, and a slider misses down and away. It's 1-0 to start on Ortiz. Here's the next, and Ortiz missiles one out toward left center field. This one's got a chance in the alley, and it's down off the warning track. Bounces against the wall, deep in the gap, and Ortiz has an easy route to second base. His 26th double of the season. As Bowie is rolling out of the gate against Luis Ortiz, already ahead 1-0, and a runner in scoring position, still only 1 out. Here's Cesar Prieto. 276 average for Prieto, a 689 OPS in 73 games. 20 doubles, no triples, 3 homers, 31 runs batted in. As Ortiz, Luis Ortiz on the mound, fires the first pitch, and Prieto watches a called strike on the outside edge. It's 0-1. I didn't even play off the fact that it was an Ortiz-Ortiz matchup a batter ago. Luis Ortiz, a 6'2", 240-pound, 23-year-old right-hander from San Pedro de Macorís in the Dominican. Signed as an international free agent in 2018. Fires the 0-1, and it misses down and inside. Near the shoelaces of Prieto at 99 miles an hour. A ball and a strike now. It's a 5-8 record for Ortiz and a 4.69 ERA in 23 games, 22 starts. 109 and 1/3 innings for him this year. The 1-1 into Prieto, and it's inside again. Fastball at 99. That one looked close to Prieto's knees. That was me. I would have been probably about halfway back to the dugout. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. 116 strikeouts for Luis Ortiz against just 34 walks, but he had allowed 18 home runs entering today, and opponents are hitting him at a 233 clip. Runner at second, 1 away, the 2-1 pitch, and Prieto watches a called strike. 98-mile-an-hour fastball on the outside edge, and it's 2-2. Ortiz is coming off of a string of 4 strong starts. 3 of his last 4, he's finished the 6th inning. He had a 7-inning performance against Akron. It was a losing effort, however, as Altoona only gave him 2 runs of support. The 2-2, and Prieto takes an early hack on an inside fastball at 100 before fouling it off to the right side. Count stays even at 2 on that triple-digit burner. Ortiz has 2 appearances against Bowie this season. Back on June 4th, he tossed 5 2/3 innings, allowed just 2 runs with 7 strikeouts and a win, but the Baysox nailed him for 6 runs just about a month ago. Back when he was at Prince George's Stadium, it featured a Colton Cowser home run as well. Prieto will see another 2-2 pitch. Here it is. And he rips it foul. First base side, and that one onto the berm in front of the lighthouse. Count stays. 1-0 Bowie here in the bottom of the first inning. Connor Norby doing it again. A solo home run just under the video board in left center field for Norby. Joey Ortiz followed with a double and a chance for maybe an additional run as Prieto waits for the 7th pitch of the plate appearance. On its way. And a swing and a piece into the mid of the catcher for strike 3. Fastball just under the knees at 99 miles an hour. That's a lot of credit to Rodriguez for just getting down low enough to hold on to that. Second strikeout for Luis Ortiz. And now here's Kobe Mayo. Bowie is in their all-white home uniforms today. White pants, white cap, and the black cursive Baysox on the front. Altoona in their all-gray road uniforms. Red cursive Altoona on the front side with a gray cap. Kobe Mayo, a .211 average and a .654 OPS in 15 games. As Joey Ortiz stands at second, first pitch in is called a strike. Really one of the first off-speed pitches we've seen in quite a while. The slider hits the lower inside corner to Mayo, and it's 0-1. 3 doubles and no triples for Mayo. 2 home runs, 9 runs batted in. Bowie not wanting to leave something on the table here. As the 0-1 pitch misses down and away, set it to a ball and a strike. Despite putting on 11 runs yesterday, Bowie still left on 8 runners. Bowie leads the league in runners left on base all season, averaging just under 7.5 a game. That tells you what the offense is capable of. As the 1-1 to Mayo, misses down and away, sets the count to 2 balls and a strike now. Luis Ortiz is coming off of a win against Harrisburg. He allowed 3 hits and 2 runs in the 4th inning, but struck out 8 batters, including 6 of his final 7. Altoona gave him plenty of run support that day. It was a 7-4 final. Runner at second, 2 away. The 2-1 pitch to Mayo is swung on and missed down and in. 98-mile-an-hour fastball. It's 2-2. Well, I get the feeling Mayo might have his trouble today with Luis Ortiz. Mayo had been having a good time picking up the high fastballs, but Ortiz hasn't been muscling too many of those up. And when it comes at that great speed, well, it's even more difficult. 2-2. And Mayo bounces it to third. Backhanded deep in the hole by Jared Triello. He fires a long way across the diamond, and it gets to Shackelford in time. Beats out Mayo and strands Ortiz at second base, but Bowie is on the board. Connor Norby's 3rd home run in his last 4 at-bats is a solo blast, and after 1, Bowie leads 1-0. You're listening to Baysox Baseball. Well, as the baseball season winds down, that means we've got to get ready for football. Friday, September 9th, it's the Baysox football kickoff night at Prince George's Stadium. Getting ready for the college season and the pro season, the Baysox will be giving away a special Adley Rutschman bobblehead. Remember, Adley played college football before he joined the Orioles. It's a free bobblehead for the first 750 fans ages 13 and up. So be sure to join the Baysox football kickoff night on Friday, September 9th. Get your tickets at baysox.com.
If you own or operate a building or facility, or if you're a general contractor that is located or operates in the D.C. area, there is no doubt that it is important for you to have the best trained and most qualified people working for you. Members of Steamfitters UA Local 602 provide the highest level of HVAC, mechanical, and specialty piping services to the various customers we serve. For more information about the services we provide and for a list of companies you can hire, please visit steamfitters-602.org.
Baseball is a game of specialists. Base stealers, closers, cleanup hitters. Together, they help their team stand out from the rest. Specialists also help set Chesapeake Employers Insurance apart from other workers' compensation insurance companies. Our health services team includes orthopedic surgeons, nurse case managers, a physical therapist, and more, all to get your employee back to work, contain costs, and keep premiums down. That's teamwork. To learn more, connect with your agent or visit Chesapeake Employers at CEIWC.com.
Second inning here in Bowie as the Baysox are ahead early 1-0. Justin Armbruster back to work, facing off against the middle of the Altoona lineup. First pitch to Malcolm Nunez is a nice breaking ball. Looked like it could have clipped on the upper inside corner, but might have been a bit too far inside. 1-0 to start on Nunez, who's hitting 237 with an 821 OPS. Next pitch, more routine down the middle, but a lot of good sink on that fastball for a called strike. It's 1-1. After Nunez, Aaron Shackelford, a lefty, and then Leover Peguero, a right-hander, as they've got a shift on for the righty Nunez. Next pitch is swung on and missed down. Good slider there from Armbruster, sets it to a ball and 2 strikes. Only 11 games for Nunez, no doubles or triples, but 3 home runs. 11 runs batted in. The 1-2 pitch. Late swing and poked out toward left center field for a base hit. Just floated past the infield. No chance for really anyone in play to even get close to it. Nunez is the first base runner for Altoona today. After going 0 for 4 yesterday, he's now got hits in 4 of his last 5 games. So leadoff batter aboard for Altoona. Multiple times they were dealing with the tying run in yesterday's game and in the 7-5 win for Bowie on Thursday. But the Baysox had pretty much held strong over all 18 innings. First pitch into Aaron Shackelford is called for a strike. It's 0-1. I say mostly because while Bowie did win 11-8 yesterday and they never trailed, they did build a 5-0 lead that was lost at one point in the 5th. The 0-1 pitch misses down just a tad to Shackelford. It's 1-1. Cade Povich ran into a little bit of trouble with the outfield wall. He gave up 2 home runs, one to Aaron Shackelford, who's at the plate now, and one to Andy Rodriguez in the 5th, taking it from a 5-0 Bowie lead to a 5-5 game. Bowie then rebuilt the 5-run lead. The 1-1 is popped up foul behind home plate. It'll get out of play. A ball and 2 strikes now. And Bowie led 5-0. The game was tied 5-5. Bowie built it back up to 10-5. Altoona got it to 10-8, and then Bowie put on one more run, 11-8, on Connor Norby's second home run, and then that was the day. A ball and 2 strikes on Shackelford, who's hitting .251. The 1-2 pitch is popped up again. This one potential on the right side of foul ground. Cody Roberts tosses the mask, and he's called off by the first baseman, Welk. Roberts was camping under it, just dancing ever so slightly in a radius of about 3 feet, but Welk came down the entire way. He makes the call, he makes the catch. It is his call to make, and there's one away as Shackelford pops out in foul territory. Natalie over Peguero, .259 average with a .683 OPS this season in 103 games. 20 doubles and 4 triples, 8 home runs, 46 runs batted in, as Bowie leads 1-0 here in the second. First pitch in, and it's lined out toward right center field. Cowser sprinting, and he closes the gap. Makes the catch about chest high. Elicits a good round of applause on reaction time there for a 100-mile-an-hour liner off of the bat. And already 2 gone after Malcolm Nunez's leadoff single. And now Andres Alvarez. .225 average for Alvarez this year and .813 OPS in 93 games. Part of that is helped out by his 58 walks and his 19 home runs. He's got 13 doubles and 2 triples as well. 46 runs batted in. As Armbruster brings them together at the chest, fires the first in, and Alvarez watches slider miss down and away. It's 1-0 to start. So as we get into this final full month of the regular season, we are playing scoreboard watching pretty much every day now. Erie has taken a 2-0 lead. The 1-0 is fouled off right side. Count evens at 1 here on Alvarez. The Seawolves are continuing their 6-game series with Harrisburg. Harrisburg is on back-to-back wins. Erie is trying to break out of that skid. And they lead 2-0 in the second. Bowie leads 1-0 here in the second as well. Runner at first, 2 away. Armbruster fires the 1-1. Up and away. 2 balls and a strike. Seats are getting progressively full as the night has gotten a little bit older. The 2-1 to Alvarez is called a strike. Changeup, maybe a bit generous on the outside edge, but it sets the count even at 2. But yeah, good turnout today. I'm expecting a little around 4,000, maybe some more, and then the weekend should be very, very fun. Some giveaways planned as well. The 2-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Beautiful slider down and away for Armbruster. His 3rd strikeout strands a leadoff single at first base. Bottom of the second coming up at Prince George's Stadium. Bowie leads 1-0. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Get the best deals at Prince George's Stadium with weekly promotions all season. Tuesdays are Military Appreciation Night. Purchase a box seat at the ticket office with a proof of service and you'll only pay half price. Bring along your furry friend on Woof Wednesday, and it's the best happy hour around every Thursday from 5 to 6:30. $2 Bud and Bud Light drafts with other beer specials throughout the year, and live music to get your night started. It's always a great time at the ballpark, so get your tickets now at Baysox.com.
Sky Shooter Displays by ZY Pyrotechnics will be lighting up the sky with top-of-the-line fireworks shows following Baysox games all season long. We will give you the best bang for your buck. Sky Shooter Displays include traditional shows, true pyro musicals, custom choreographed plays, and much more. The night sky is truly limitless, so don't be shy. Give ZY a try. Find out more by calling us at 570-328-1361 or visit us online, zypyrotechnics.com.
On the Green Incorporated is your lawn care team, providing professional organic-based lawn care programs for residential and commercial lawns. Our lawn care programs provide ballpark quality results. Each service is custom tailored with guaranteed results for even the toughest lawns. On the Green also offers outdoor pest control services. Mosquitoes, ants, ticks, and more. Safely and effectively control insects and enjoy the outdoors this summer with On the Green Incorporated. Go to onthegreeninc.com.
Bottom of the second in Bowie as the Baysox lead 1-0. They'll try to increase as Luis Ortiz gets back to work for Altoona on the mound. 6, 7, and 8 set to bat for Bowie, starting with Adam Hall. 271 average for Hall, a 722 OPS in 46 games. As Ortiz holds, steps back, kicks high, just above the waist, and fires the first pitch. It's a changeup down and inside, 1-0 to start. 11 doubles and no triples for Hall this season, just 1 home run, 12 runs batted in. After him, it'll be Toby Welk and then Cody Roberts set to bat for Bowie in this half inning. The 1-0 pitch, and it's called a strike. Fastball at 98. Hall thought about it, but pulled back. Called anyway to set the count even at a ball and a strike here. 1-1 pitch in, and a foul off of the catcher's mask. Gets back to the screen. The ball and 2 strikes now. Well, Bowie had just about everything firing in their favor yesterday. As the 1-2 pitch in is bounced high but foul to third. Count stays the ball and 2 strikes. I'd mentioned it, the only thing that really hurt them was just the mistimed pitches that led to all 8 of Altoona's runs on just 3 home runs. The 1-2 here, swing and a miss for strike 3. That's tough to read on if Luis Ortiz is firing you heaters that can clip triple digits. And then a changeup brought down and away at just 88 miles an hour. That's some big league caliber stuff right there, as long as you can command it. Third strikeout for Luis Ortiz, and now Toby Welk to bat. 225 average for Welk with a 647 OPS in 24 games. First pitch into him, misses high, fastball at 99, 1-0 to start. 4 doubles and no triples for Welk, 3 homers, 13 runs batted in. But Bowie, their pitching staff was actually surprisingly fantastic last night as the 1-0 is fouled off, third base side, it's 1-1. You look at an 8-run showing from the opposing offense and you might not think that it was the best day, but it really was a great day for Bowie. They only walked 3 batters. That's about around their average in a single game this season. But Bowie pitching struck out 16 batters. The 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Slider on the lower outside corner, it's 1-2. That's the most strikeouts by the pitching staff in a single game all season. Cade Povich and Noah Denoyer each logged 7. The 1-2, misses down. Another changeup sets it even at 2. But then, that wasn't even the most strikeouts in a single game. Somerset's starter yesterday, Matt Sauer, struck out 17 batters. 2-2 pitch. It's called strike 3, down and in. It's skipped away, and Welk didn't realize. It'll get picked up by Rodriguez and sent to first before Welk had enough time to get there. That changeup was right on the meat of the plate, lower inside corner more specifically, but it was a good pitch for Ortiz. He's really mixing his pitches now after primarily using fastball in that first inning. He's up to 4 strikeouts. He sat down 2 here in the second inning. And now here's Cody Roberts. First pitch in, And Roberts takes a hack at a fastball down and away, fouls it off to the right side. 0-1 to open. 250 average for Roberts and a 737 OPS in 66 games. 13 doubles, no triples, 7 home runs, 37 runs batted in. As the next offering is swung on and missed. Slider down and away, already 0-2. Roberts is being tasked with catching on consecutive nights. I imagine Andres Angulo will catch tomorrow, and then Roberts will do it again on Sunday, as the Baysox are trying to make sure that they have the name stays in there while Maverick Hanley is on the injured list. 0-2 pitch. Misses outside at 100 miles an hour. Second triple-digit offering from Ortiz today. Sets it to a ball and 2 strikes on Roberts. Bases empty, 2 away. Bowie leads 1-0. The 1-2 is swung on and missed for strike 3. Change up down, and Ortiz strikes out the side here in the second. His command is on it right now. Oh, goodness. Fortunately, Bowie has the early edge. We're on to the third. Bowie leads 1-0. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Get your gear and memorabilia from your favorite Baysox players and future stars of the Baltimore Orioles at the Tackle Box Team Store. Jerseys, hats, autographed bats and balls, all at great prices. Located right at the main gate at Prince George's Stadium and online at BaysoxShop.com, the Tackle Box is the only place to get the best Baysox gear for you and your favorite fan. It's the Tackle Box at Prince George's Stadium and at BaysoxShop.com.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
It takes time to get rich, flavorful coffee beans from the lush mountain regions of Colombia and Brazil to Royal Farms. But less than a minute to get yourself a delicious hot cup of the finest and freshest coffee in the world. Because Royal Farms' new Swiss-made coffee machines grind those rich, flavorful coffee beans and brew them one magnificent cup at a time. It's why Royal Farms makes the freshest and best coffee in the world. Real fresh, real fast. Royal Farms.
Well, it's a big day at the park tomorrow with the Baysox Touch a Truck event at Prince George's Stadium. EMT, fire, emergency, police vehicles, and construction vehicles will all be out at the Prince George's Stadium parking lot for you to see and interact with if you get out to the game early. And, of course, there's a game, too, at 6:35, so be sure to get your tickets at Baysox.com. Here's Lolo Sanchez to lead off for Altoona. The first pitch to him misses high. It's 1-0 to start. Justin Armbruster back to work as we move to the third. 1-0 Bowie with 8, 9, and 1 in the Altoona lineup set to bat. The 1-0. Popped foul behind home plate. Headed our way. And that one finds its way into the booth. I'll grab it off a couple of bounces, and there we go. Toss it out to a fan there as somebody's got to get it. Unfortunately, looks like our camera was off on that one. It is what it is. As the 1-1 is nubbed slowly over to first. Going to be a tough play as it's scooped by the first baseman, sent to the pitcher covering, and it's in time. A 3-1 put out as Welk underhands it to Armbruster. Great speed by Armbruster to just win out the foot race on Sanchez. And already one gone now for Matt Frazier, set to bat. Now the way that foul ball must have spun off of the bat, it really slowed it down near its apex before it finally bounced back into our booth. Still plenty of time for another one. We've got 9 more home games. First pitch into Matt Frazier is swung on and missed high. It's 0-1. Left-handed hitter hitting .217 this season with a .631 OPS in 101 games. 17 doubles, 7 triples, 6 homers, 42 runs batted in. Next pitch. Called a strike. Fastball from Armbruster nicks the lower outside corner. It's 0-2. As Bowie leads 1-0 here in the top of the third inning. Trying to win their third consecutive game and maintain a lead in first place. The 0-2. Breaking ball, lofted out to left field. Hall holds on it. He barely moves. Maybe a step and a half to his right before making the catch. 2 away, back to the top of the lineup for Jared Triolo. Well, Armbruster is off to a similar start that he had against Somerset. That ground ball to fly ball ratio is following its trend. First time through the order, Armbruster has allowed exactly one ground ball. Nick Gonzalez bounced it to short in the first inning. Since then, a couple of pop-outs. Well, check that. The other ground ball to Sanchez. I just missed that because I was so focused on the foul ball that came into my booth. So you get distracted sometimes. First pitch to Jared Triolo is fouled off right side. It's 0-1 to open. Triolo struck out swinging back in the first inning. It's a 1-0 Bowie lead. The lights are on here at Prince George's Stadium. I'd say carrying about 60% of the load. The 0-1 pitch misses wide, a fastball, and it's a ball and a strike. But Bowie might very well be needing to rely on that first inning home run from Connor Norby. The 1-1 is smoked out toward left center field, but falling quickly as Cowser sprints. He closes the gap and makes the catch at the chin. The inning is over. 3 up, 3 down on a fly out, a line out, and a ground out. Justin Armbruster sends us to the bottom of the third. Bowie leads 1-0. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Most people don't know what a steam fitter is. More importantly, what we do and how much it impacts you. Just take a moment to think about what your world would look like if you didn't have the ability to generate electricity, to have heating or air conditioning, microchip production, internet service, web-based storage, cellular service, and frozen or refrigerated produce. Could you imagine? And these are just some of the things that we impact. Please visit steamfitters-602.org and let's talk about how we can bring value to you.
Pest Now is proud to partner with the Bowie Baysox and provide their pest control services. For all your residential and commercial pest control needs, call Pest Now. For general pest control, termite control, mosquito control, and all other pest control services, call Pest Now. You can reach us at 301-231-8300 or visit us online at www.pestnow.com.
Well, as the baseball season winds down, that means we've got to get ready for football. Friday, September 9th, it's the Baysox football kickoff night at Prince George's Stadium. Getting ready for the college season and the pro season, the Baysox will be giving away a special Adley Rutschman bobblehead. Remember, Adley played college football before he joined the Orioles. It's a free bobblehead for the first 750 fans ages 13 and up. So be sure to join the Baysox football kickoff night on Friday, September 9th. Get your tickets at baysox.com. Bottom of the third inning here at Prince George's Stadium as Bowie still leads 1-0. But Altoona's Luis Ortiz is cooking right now. 5 strikeouts. He set down the side in order in the second inning. He faces the number 9 batter, John Rhodes, to start, and the first pitch is poked slowly to short. Scooped in a low bounce by Nick Gonzalez and sent to first in time. So not a strikeout, but 1 pitch and 1 out as Rhodes is retired. That was the 37th pitch for Luis Ortiz. It goes back to the top of the lineup now for Colton Cowser. Cowser struck out looking on a 2-2 offering back in the first inning. He saw nothing but fastballs. First pitch here is the breaking ball. It misses down and away. 1-0 to start. We'll say Ortiz has just been usually going change and fastball. As the 1-0 pitch is the fastball. Called for strike in a lower inside corner. Seemed to be the same spot that rung up Cowser back in the first inning. Sets the count even at a ball and a strike here. Now sometimes bring out the slider a couple of times too. The 1-1 is swung on and missed down. That was the changeup. The ball and 2 strikes here on Cowser. But Ortiz's work against left-handed batters has actually been a little tough this year. Strikeout to walk ratio is lesser. A higher batting average against. It's fairly notable. 1-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Cowser couldn't barrel a 99-mile-an-hour fastball up and away. And that's the 6th strikeout for Luis Ortiz. First pitch up to Connor Norby is swung on and missed high. Count starts out at 0-1. Norby the solo home run in the first inning. As they play pretty deep on the infield. Next pitch is just a bit low at the chin. Count runs even at a ball and a strike. As Bowie leads 1-0 here. Ortiz fires the next, and it misses a bit wide, a 99-mile-an-hour fastball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Or 2 balls and 1 strike, if I can keep track right. And there are a couple of kids above the Diamond View Club. The 2-1 pitch is poked foul on the left side. Now it's 2-2. There are a couple of kids above us in the Diamond View Club. They're having a pretty wild birthday party up there, and they're doing one of the things that kids normally do where they don't understand some of the consequences of their actions and just throw trash around. The 2-2 is swung on and missed for strike 3. 7 strikeouts for Luis Ortiz. He's retired 8 in a row. Bowie still leads 1-0 as we move to the 4th. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Baseball is a game of specialists. Base stealers, closers, cleanup hitters. Together, they help their team stand out from the rest. Specialists also help set Chesapeake Employers Insurance apart from other workers' compensation insurance companies. Our health services team includes orthopedic surgeons, nurse case managers, a physical therapist, and more, all to get your employee back to work, contain costs, and keep premiums down. That's teamwork. To learn more, connect with your agent or visit Chesapeake Employers at CEIWC.com.
The best way to take in a Baysox game is with a group outing at Prince George's Stadium. Everything from entertaining clients to birthday parties and even fundraising opportunities for your team, the Baysox offer plenty of options for your group at unbeatable rates with plenty of options on suites, seats, and decks around the ballpark. Your group can eat their fill and have an unforgettable time. Find out more and schedule your group outing by calling 301-464-4880 or going to Baysox.com.
On the Green Incorporated is your lawn care team, providing professional organic-based lawn care programs for residential and commercial lawns. Our lawn care programs provide ballpark quality results. Each service is custom tailored with guaranteed results for even the toughest lawns. On the Green also offers outdoor pest control services. Mosquitoes, ants, ticks, and more. Safely and effectively control insects and enjoy the outdoors this summer with On the Green Incorporated. Go to onthegreeninc.com.
Well, fans, care's around the corner at Patient First. Urgent care that's open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. No appointment needed. Learn more at patientfirst.com. We move to the 4th inning here at Prince George's Stadium. The pitchers are running the show as Bowie leads 1-0. Justin Armbruster has 37 pitches through 3 scoreless innings. Luis Ortiz, 46 pitches through 3 innings. But Ortiz has 7 strikeouts. That's the kicker. 2, 3, and 4 for Altoona, set to bat with Nick Gonzalez to lead off. First pitch home is a called strike. Change-up might have been a bit under the knees, but the count starts out at 0-1 anyway. After Gonzalez, it's Eddie Rodriguez and then Malcolm Nunez. Gonzalez grounded out to short, his first time up. Decent-sized shift on is the 0-1 pitch. Misses down and away, bounces in a little bit as well, and sets the count even at 1. I was saying in the last half inning, as there was a couple of distractions while Bowie was going down in order. There's a pretty large party in the Diamond View restaurant above the press box as the 1-1 is swung on and missed high. A ball and 2 strikes now. Very large birthday party. Always fun to celebrate at the ballpark and encourage everyone to take the chance if they do get it. But a couple of the younger kids making some kid mistakes, just throwing some trash down to the lower bowl thinking that there's no consequences for something like that, which again is a kid's mistake. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Got him with a fastball outside. 4th strikeout for Justin Armbruster. He's retired 7 in a row since Malcolm Nunez singled in the 2nd inning. I recall when I was a kid, when I took the late bus after school, following the after-school activities, a friend of mine, we would crumple up pieces of paper from our notebook and just throw them at passing cars at stoplights, and we thought that there was no sort of repercussion for that. Of course, I learned fast. Here's Eddie Rodriguez. First pitch. Popped foul behind home plate and out of play. It's 0-1 to start. That's one of the big parts about being a kid. You do something dumb, and you learn what the consequences are for doing something dumb. Rodriguez struck out swinging back in the 1st inning as they've got the shift on for him. The 0-1 is fouled to the screen. Count to 0-2. Sun really getting down there now here at Prince George's Stadium. The clouds that mostly congregate out past the tree lines in the outfield are getting into that very, very dark tint of blue. Still a light bluish gray above. As Armbruster fires the 0-2 pitch. Up and away. Fastball sets the count to a ball and 2 strikes here on Rodriguez. Bases empty, 1 out in the top of the 4th. Bowie leading 1-0 over Altoona. As Armbruster sets, the 1-2, outside again. Can't get him to chase on that fastball away. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Rodriguez has just been skimming the barrel on his hit streak this series. He's got it in 12 consecutive games. The 2-2. Lifted out toward left, a bit shallow. Hall waited, and now he's running out, sprinting, and makes the catch. Held up for probably about a beat and a half there, did Adam Hall, but did pull it down at the forehead, so there's 2 away. 8 in a row by Armbruster, and now here's Nunez. The only base runner for Altoona today, singled on a bloop to left field, opening up the 2nd inning. As Armbruster holds set, fires the first, and it's lifted deep out to left center field. This one probably getting out as Causa runs back. There it goes. A game-tying home run off of the batter's eye for Malcolm Nunez, and it's 1-1. The only batter today to beat Armbruster. And Nunez took it a step further here in the 4th inning. 104 miles an hour off the bat, 421 feet away from home plate. It's the 4th for Nunez and the 2nd this series. Armbruster has now allowed 8 since joining the Baysox. So now here's Aaron Shackelford. Need to be careful with him. But just as I was saying a little bit earlier in pregame today, you can expect games like yesterday that see just giant home run totals from both sides. First pitch to Shackelford, nearly hits him. Misses too far down and inside a breaking ball. Count starts out at 1-0. And that's the crux that Armbruster runs into as well, as the 1-0 pitch misses wide. It's 2-0. Because he is such a fly ball heavy pitcher this year, fortunately doesn't allow too many on base because of his low walk rate. As the 2-0 pitch is popped foul behind home plate. Into the 2nd deck and bounces back down to the 1st. Count to 2-1. But that's just something you have to wear sometimes. So now it's going to be on the Bowie offense to back him up. The 2-1. Called a strike. Fastball nicks the lower inside corner. It's 2-2. And Bowie's going to need to find something fast against Luis Ortiz if they want to continue to dig in against the Altoona bullpen. Bowie has had a great time against that bullpen. But Ortiz has not moved an inch since Joey Ortiz had his double in the 1st inning. Bases empty, 2 outs. The 2-2 pitch. Fouled off. Bouncer to the right side. Count stays. Identical line scores in this one, though. 1 run on 2 hits with no errors for each side. But we got both of their hits in the 1st inning. Malcolm Nunez has both of Altoona's hits. As Armbruster sets, another 2-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. High fastball at 95. 5th strikeout for Armbruster. But a 2-out solo home run by Malcolm Nunez has tied this game at 1. Bottom of the 4th coming up. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Sky Shooter Displays by ZY Pyrotechnics will be lighting up the sky with top-of-the-line fireworks shows following Baysox games all season long. We will give you the best bang for your buck. Sky Shooter Displays include traditional shows, true pyro musicals, custom choreographed plays, and much more. The night sky is truly limitless, so don't be shy. Give ZY a try. Find out more by calling us at 570-328-1361 or visit us online, zypyrotechnics.com.
If you own or operate a building or facility, or if you're a general contractor that is located or operates in the D.C. area, there is no doubt that it is important for you to have the best trained and most qualified people working for you. Members of Steamfitters UA Local 602 provide the highest level of HVAC, mechanical, and specialty piping services to the various customers we serve. For more information about the services we provide and for a list of companies you can hire, please visit steamfitters-602.org.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
Well, a brand new ball game for Bowie as they find themselves now tied at 1. Offense hoping to back up Justin Armbruster, who allowed a game-tying solo home run to Malcolm Nunez in the top of this inning. Bottom of the frame sees Joey Ortiz, Cesar Prieto, and Kobe Mayo set to bat against Luis Ortiz, who has struck out 7 batters already. First pitch grounded deep in the hole to short and off the shortstop's glove. Into left field for a base hit as Ortiz has his second knock of the day. Leads off with a single. First time that the Baysox have opened with a runner on base today, something that they're very good at this year. And now here's Cesar Prieto. Prieto struck out swinging back in the first inning. Righty on lefty. Long hold, finally the first pitch in, and Prieto squares, but he couldn't contact it. Well, he's really been coming up empty on those bunt attempts this whole homestand. I think he's maybe dropped 1 this entire week and a half. So nothing in 1 to start. And he's never one to go on a second pitch. The next pitch misses up and away, and it's a ball and a strike. It's always interesting because I feel as if there's a large enough sample size for it now that opposing defenses can realize that Prieto never tries it on anything other than the first pitch of a plate appearance, but they still bring in the third baseman. The 1-1 pitch, and he swings through it. Low changeup. A ball and 2 strikes now on Prieto. 1-1 game here in the bottom of the 4th inning as Bowie is trying to make it 3 consecutive wins. Maintain their lead in the Southwest Division, but though Erie holds on to a 3-0 lead over Harrisburg in the 4th inning up at F&B Field. Pickoff throw to first. Doesn't see a tag. It just gets to Shackelford's glove, and that's it. As Ortiz slides back in safely. He's only attempted 3 steals this season. Rodriguez has caught 4 of 12 stolen base attempts this year behind home plate. 1-2 pitch. Prieto watches it bounce in. Ortiz takes off. Here's the throw to short. It beats him. Oh, Ortiz is thrown out 2-6. It was not a stolen base attempt. Ortiz did not get going until he saw the pitch in the dirt. So no caught stealing for Rodriguez. Ortiz is just simply retired. But as the count goes even at 2, it's now bases empty and 1 out. As the next pitch into Prieto is swung on and missed for strike 3. So in a 2-pitch span, Bowie vaporizes their biggest chance since the first inning. As already the 8th strikeout for Luis Ortiz. 3rd time in his last 4 starts, he has struck out 8 batters. Here's Kobe Mayo, first pitch, and he fouls it off. It's off of the top of the netting right side, and he catches it in his helmet. It took 1 bounce off of the dirt, and Mayo had taken off his helmet to just run his hair. Just stuck his helmet down to catch the ball as it came through. Nothing in 1 to start. Mayo grounded out to third base back in the first inning as the next pitch comes in, and it misses too far inside. A ball and a strike now. A 1-1 game here in the bottom of the 4th. The 1-1 pitch is called for a strike. Changeup hits the inside edge to Mayo, and it's a ball and 2 strikes now. Mayo's got family in town this week. I've been told both grandmas from Florida have made the trip up. The 1-2 misses up and in. A couple of infielders had taken a half step toward the dugout, but once they realized how high that pitch was, they realized it was not a big deal. Count evens at 2. Another on its way, fouled off. Inside changeup against the handle of the bat, goes to the right side. And the count stays even. Yeah, it's been a busy week for Mayo. Had a big home run the other night. Getting to explore Annapolis a little bit with family as the 2-2 pitch. This is outside. Another changeup, runs it full. This is the first full count from Luis Ortiz today. Opponents are hitting him at a 172 clip on full counts. 19 walks, the 3-2. Swinging a line shot left center field, falling in for a base hit. So Mayo bucks the trend on full counts. And picks up a 2-out single for Bowie here in the 4th. Gives Adam Hall an opportunity to maybe break this tie. Even if Ortiz hadn't taken off on that pitch in the dirt, he wouldn't have been thrown out. At best, he would have just been pushed to second base there. But here's Hall, a strikeout swinging back in the 2nd inning. First pitch home, and Hall watches down and away. Fastball at 100 miles an hour. First triple digit we'd seen since the 2nd inning. Ortiz is at 60 pitches here. He threw 86 in his last start. His season's high is 93. The 1-0. Hall flinches on an inside changeup. It's called for strike. Well, I tell you, Ortiz has been pretty precise when it comes to those pitches on the lower inside corner to right-handers. Regardless of pitch type, the changeups and the fastballs both seem to be hitting there. The sliders, I don't think he's tried to hit it there yet. The 1-1 pitch. Hall watches it bounce in, down and away. That was the changeup. 2 balls and a strike. Rodriguez thought about first base, but Mayo trotted back in before a throw even came. One game in the bottom of the 4th as Ortiz sets at the back ear and drops down to the waist. Pickoff throw to first, just a bit high, no tag. Again, you've got to do your due diligence in holding on a runner, even though Mayo does not have a stolen base attempt this season. If the count runs full, of course, he'll get a head start, but it's only 2-1 right now. Next pitch, inside. Another changeup, runs it to 3-1. So back-to-back 3-ball counts from Luis Ortiz after not having one over his first 13 batters. Maybe a chance for Bowie here to do what they do best, running pitchers down. The 3-1, swing and a piece into the mid of the catcher. Lower inside corner, runs it full. 98-mile-an-hour fastball from Ortiz. I imagine we see the heater again. And again, I bet you it's going to be on that lower inside corner. He has not missed that spot all night. Down and away, it's a coin flip. Pickoff throw. I think Mayo had about a full step off of the bag, and that was it. He couldn't even get into the full slide. He tried to slide, but by the time he was already at the bag, his knees hadn't even gotten to the ground yet. That's how close he was. He will get the head start, though. There he goes. The 3-2 is spoiled foul right side. So the count stays full. Hall walks more often than he strikes out on full counts this season. He's one of just a few Baysox batters to do that. There goes Mayo again. The 3-2 is bounced foul again. 99-mile-an-hour fastball. That one did nick on the lower outside corner, where Ortiz had been having trouble locating. We'll see if he tries it again, though, as Hall is at least running up this plate appearance a tad. That was the 7th pitch. 66th overall for Ortiz here in just his 4th inning. Another 3-2, and Hall swings and misses. Slider on the lower inside corner. Ortiz has gotten it. A season's-high 9 strikeouts through just 4 innings for the Pirates prospect. We're on to the 5th, a 1-1 game. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Hey, coffee lovers. Know where you'll find the world's freshest cup of coffee? Right here at Royal Farms. Because with our new brewing system, it takes less than a minute to go from selecting the kind of coffee you want to this. The freshest, most flavorful cup of coffee you can buy is at Royal Farms. So try one. It'll be love at first sip because it's the freshest coffee in the world. Real fresh, real fast, Royal Farms.
If you're working in the Washington, D.C. metropolitan area as a pipe fitter, pipe welder, or HVAC service technician, and you're interested in a better life, a better means to provide for yourself and your family, a way to make sure that you're earning the highest wages and the best benefits in our industry. Visit our website at steamfitters-602.org. That's steamfitters-602.org. And let's talk about what we can do to help change your life.
Hey kids, the Baysox Futures Club is the best way to be a fan of the Baysox, and it's completely free for kids ages 3 through 12. Futures Club members get access to special members-only events, discount ticket offers, and free gifts for just signing up. Parents, head over to Baysox.com to sign up your kids, so don't miss out on all the promotions and giveaways at Prince George's Stadium this season and next. The Baysox Futures Club. Sign up now at Baysox.com.
On to the 5th inning here in Bowie as the Baysox and the Altoona Curve are still tied at 1. Justin Armbruster is back out for his 5th frame, 53 pitches deep. He'll face off against 6, 7, and 8 in the Altoona lineup. First pitch to Leover Peguero was a square. He pulls back on the bunt attempt and watches a slider for a called strike. Hits on the lower outside corner. 0-1 to open. Peguero lined out to center field in the 2nd inning as the 0-1 pitch comes in and it's fouled off. Gets back to the screen and quickly it's 0-2. After Peguero, Andres Alvarez, and then Lolo Sanchez will bat for Altoona as Armbruster is looking to put together one of his most efficient starts for Bowie at this rate. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. 80-mile-an-hour slider with over a foot of movement into the other batter's box. 6th strikeout for Justin Armbruster. That's his most since August 6th. Now on to Alvarez. He struck out himself back in the 2nd inning. Armbruster used 90 pitches in his last start. His most efficient start was his 6th inning performance against Akron. First pitch here, misses outside, and it's 1-0 to start. Remember, Armbruster walked the first batter of that game against Akron, got a double play, and then did not allow another base runner until the 6th inning. As the 1-0 pitch is bounced over towards short. Reaching out on a low slider, Ortiz gobbles it up, fires to first, and it's in time. 6-3 put out. That's the first ground ball since Lolo Sanchez bounced it to first in the 3rd inning. And now Sanchez will bat here in the 5th. So now here's Sanchez, who led off that 3rd inning with the ground ball. And that 6th inning performance against Akron saw Armbruster fire 73 pitches. That's highly efficient. First pitch into Sanchez here is a breaking ball. Misses up and in, 1-0 to start. That pitch there for Armbruster was his 59th. So he could still very reasonably match that kind of outing today, the 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball rolled over to 3rd but foul. Sanchez had gotten a couple of steps out of the box before realizing that he was way too far ahead of it. Count stays even at a ball and a strike. And following yesterday's game that had Bowie's first piggyback in actually quite a while, Noah Denoyer taking 3 innings for Bowie following 5 innings from Cade Povich. Bowie could really rest their bullpen. The 1-1 and time called. Did Armbruster commit a pitch clock violation? As the time was called, the home plate umpire tossed the hands up, and Armbruster, who kind of had to stop midway through his motion, threw the ball pretty much to Bowie's on-deck circle. So about 20 feet to his left there. I'm not sure who called the time, but the count stays at 1-1. It was no pitch. The next offering is a half swing and a foul. Sanchez just got a piece on a changeup outside, and it popped out of play to the right side. Count to a ball and 2 strikes now. Bases empty, 2 away in the top of the 5th, a 1-1 game. As Armbruster delivers the 1-2, it's down and away. Fastball runs the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Think about it. If Bowie can get 6 innings out of Armbruster today, who knows, maybe Adam Stauffer comes out for 2 innings. The 2-2 here. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Fastball up and in at 94 miles an hour. Armbruster is 1 shy of tying his Double-A high, his 7th strikeout to finish a perfect 5th inning. Halfway home here at Prince George's Stadium. It's a fun one. 1-1, Bowie and Altoona. You're listening to Baysox Baseball. There's plenty going on at the ballpark on Saturday, August 27th. Bowie will be hosting a special tribute to Negro League Baseball, as well as an exhibit presented by the Josh Gibson Foundation with special artifacts from the Hall of Famer's career, as well as the Baysox huge Touch a Truck event featuring dozens of construction, excavation, emergency vehicles, and trucks for all fans to enjoy and interact with exhibits as well. It begins at 4:30 and is going to run till 6:30 ahead of the 6:35 game. It's all presented by Miss Utility and comes your way on a busy Saturday, August 27th, so get your tickets at Baysox.com.
Everyone deserves a great smile, and Rad Orthodontics is here to help you, Bowie Baysox fans. Rad Orthodontics accepts most insurance, and whether it's braces or Invisalign aligners, anyone can get the smile they've always wanted with our flexible payment options. With 2 of the country's leading orthodontists right here in the D.C. area, we love to see Baysox fans smile with confidence. So get that amazing smile you deserve. Visit radsmile.com today and book your free consult. That's radsmile.com for Rad Orthodontics, official smile provider of the Bowie Baysox.
Baseball is a game of specialists. Base stealers, closers, cleanup hitters. Together, they help their team stand out from the rest. Specialists also help set Chesapeake Employers Insurance apart from other workers' compensation insurance companies. Our health services team includes orthopedic surgeons, nurse case managers, a physical therapist, and more, all to get your employee back to work, contain costs, and keep premiums down. That's teamwork. To learn more, connect with your agent or visit Chesapeake Employers at CEIWC.com.
Well, it's always so nice to have you at the ballpark each evening. As we move on to the bottom of the 5th inning at Prince George's Stadium, the first pitch to Toby Welk misses down and away. 1-0 to start. Thank you so much for stopping by. Matt Sabatis with you from Bowie as we've got a 1-1 game. Luis Ortiz fires the 1-0 pitch to Welk, and it misses outside again at 98 on a fastball. 2 balls and no strikes. As Welk, Roberts, and Rhodes will bat, Ortiz is on a great run. He struck out 9 batters as he quickly fires the 2-0 to Welk, and it's swung on and missed. Breaking ball misses down and away, and it sets the count to 2 balls and a strike now. Welk struck out looking himself back in the 2nd inning. The 9 strikeouts for Ortiz today is a season's high. His career high is 11, so he's still got a little bit more ground to cover. 2-1 into Welk is bounced over towards short, backhanded at the ankles by Nick Gonzalez, but he's got a pinpoint to first. 6-3 put out, and Welk is gone. But we got a couple of base hits in the 4th inning. A leadoff single by Joey Ortiz, but he was thrown out trying to advance on a pitch in the dirt. Colby Mayo then singled with 2 outs, but Bowie wasn't able to get anyone into scoring position. Bowie's only had 1 runner in scoring position all night. Granted, Altoona has none. 2 solo home runs have been today's story. As Cody Roberts steps in, the first pitch is swung on and missed. Slider low and away, and it's 0-1 to start. Roberts struck out swinging himself. That ended the 2nd inning when Ortiz struck out the side. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and it's called a strike at the knees. 98-mile-an-hour fastball with some good run. Already 0-2 on Roberts. The rock and the toss. Changeup bounces in as the 1-2 pitch to Roberts now. What this game really might come down to is whose bullpen is more secure. As the 1-2 to Roberts is swung on and missed for strike 3. A new season's high, 10 strikeouts for Luis Ortiz, 1 shy of tying a career high. But if we're making that comparison, Bowie has the better of the 2 bullpens until they ran into a little bit of trouble on this homestand. The Baysox had by far the best bullpen in the Eastern League here in this half, as the first pitch to John Rhodes is called a strike on a 98-mile-an-hour fastball. Outside edge, it's 0-1. Rhodes grounded out to shortstop in the third. And Altoona's bullpen has left plenty to be desired. The 0-1 pitch is rolled over foul. Third base side already 0-2, because recall, after Bowie put on 5 runs against Aaron Shortridge yesterday, the Baysox went on to add 6 runs against the Altoona bullpen. Already the 0-2 pitch to Rhodes, and it's lifted out toward right field, sends Sanchez curling back, but he's got it read and makes the catch. That's the first fly ball for Bowie since Connor Norby's home run. And it ends the 5th inning. On to the 6th at Prince George's Stadium. 1-1. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Pest Now is proud to partner with the Bowie Baysox and provide their pest control services. For all your residential and commercial pest control needs, call Pest Now. For general pest control, termite control, mosquito control, and all other pest control services, call Pest Now. You can reach us at 301-231-8300 or visit us online at www.pestnow.com.
It's not baseball season without fireworks, and you can always count on the biggest and best at Prince George's Stadium. There's no better way to cap off a fun evening at the ballpark than a spectacular fireworks show. And the Baysox have got you covered this season with 16 different shows to choose from. So get your tickets now at Baysox.com. You've got 4 fireworks shows in August to watch out for: Friday the 19th, Saturday the 20th, Friday the 26th, and Saturday the 27th. Hope to see you there.
Sky Shooter Displays by ZY Pyrotechnics will be lighting up the sky with top-of-the-line fireworks shows following Baysox games all season long. We will give you the best bang for your buck. Sky Shooter Displays include traditional shows, true pyro musicals, custom choreographed plays, and much more. The night sky is truly limitless, so don't be shy. Give ZY a try. Find out more by calling us at 570-328-1361 or visit us online, zypyrotechnics.com.
Already on to the 6th inning here at Prince George's Stadium of a 1-1 game. A solo home run for each side, and the starting pitcher working well around it. As Justin Armbruster will take the 6th for the second time in 3 starts. He faces 9-1-2 in the Altoona lineup. First pitch to Matt Frazier is on its way. Left-hander watches a called strike. Changeup nicks the inside edge, and it's 0-1 to start. Frazier flew out to left field back in the 3rd inning. After him, Jared Triolo and Nick Gonzalez will bat. The 0-1 pitch is called for a strike again. That's a nice sinker that Armbruster has really been working with today. He's using it on both the top and the bottom of the zone. And it's been going for called strikes in pretty much both locales. As the 0-2 pitch is swung on and missed for strike 3. Fastball up and away at 94 miles an hour. 8th strikeout for Justin Armbruster. That ties a Double-A high for the right-hander. Just a little over a month and a half ago when Bowie was facing off against Richmond, Armbruster came in relief of Matt Harvey on a rehab appearance and struck out 8 flying squirrels, picked up a save. First pitch to Jared Triolo. Misses down and away. Count starts out at 1-0. Triolo 0 for 2. Lined out to center field in the 3rd inning. Struck out swinging on a full count in the 1st. The next pitch is popped up foul, right side. It'll get out of play and run the count even at 1. I tell you, the bleacher sections look pretty crowded today, primarily on the 3rd base side. Kid zone, very populated. That bounce house is probably at capacity, I'd have to imagine. In the lighthouse, looks to draw a handful of visitors. The 1-1 pitch. A slider misses outside, and it's 2 balls and a strike. Season high in strikeouts for Armbruster. Career high is 8 that he matched with Richmond. He also had 8 earlier this year as the 2-1 pitch is fouled off to the screen. It's 2-2. It was his 2nd to last start. Make that his 3rd to last start with high A. He struck out 8 members of the Hudson Valley Renegades. That's the Yankees high A affiliate. Took a no decision on that one as Aberdeen was not able to hold the line. 2-2 to Triolo. Breaking ball misses down and away, and the count fills. Triolo's been a pretty good full count hitter this year. He walks about twice as often as he strikes out. He's already got a good strikeout-to-walk ratio in general, but still. Payoff pitch. Check swing inside. Fastball missed. And Triolo was more getting the hands inside than the barrel anywhere. They do appeal, but that was definitely a walk. It's the first one given up by Armbruster today. First one for either side. That's the first base runner for Altoona since Malcolm Nunez had his solo home run. And the first base runner for Altoona that wasn't named Malcolm Nunez. As Nick Gonzalez digs in. First pitch home. And he pops it up. Foul ground behind home plate. Robert sheds the mask, looking on the on-deck circle, but it's over the net. 5 rows deep, and it's 0-1 to start on Gonzalez, who's 0 for 2. A ground out to short in the first inning, which would be beneficial here. A strikeout swinging in the fourth for Gonzalez, but Gonzalez is not primarily a ground ball hitter, and of course, Armbruster not a ground ball pitcher. Gonzalez hits it in the air almost twice as often and has only hit into 1 double play this year. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Change up upper outside corner. It's 0-2. So Armbruster with a chance here for a new career high in strikeouts, as it looks like Griffin McClarty is getting up and moving in the bullpen for Bowie. Time is very quickly called. Just want to see Armbruster get through this 6th inning at least. Pickoff throw to first, just late. Toby Welk was playing pretty far out in front of the bag, had his foot on the bag, but really leaning forward to receive the ball. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Lifted foul right side and out of play. Gonzalez went 1 for 4 yesterday, but had one of those big home runs for Altoona. A 3-run blast in the 7th inning against Noah Denoyer. Took it from a 10-5 Bowie lead to a 10-8 lead. Bowie was able to add on one more before eventually winning 11-8. Runner at first, one away, the 0-2 pitch. Misses high, a fastball. Roberts took the high snap as an opportunity to look back first base. Didn't throw anywhere. But still a chance here for Armbruster and a new career high. 1-2. Just misses down. Slider may have influenced it a little bit because we've seen pitches at that knee height called for strike in this game. It runs it even at 2, but Armbruster is quickly set after leaning in as soon as he got the ball back. 2-2 pitch now. Fouled off. Bounced up the third base line, and the count stays as Gonzalez is making Armbruster work here. That was the 6th pitch of the plate appearance. Already one of the longest PAs that Armbruster has dealt in this game. But again, still gas left in the tank. 90 pitches in his last start. That was just his 78th. Another 2-2. Breaking ball down and away. Armbruster started it out ahead, no balls and 2 strikes, and now he's run it full on consecutive batters. Really needs to be careful here. Triolo will probably take off. He stays put. 3-2 is down low for ball 4. That might be it for Armbruster. To work ahead, no balls and 2 strikes, and then walk your second consecutive batter in what's already been a tightrope of a game is very difficult to work with. And it's very unlike Armbruster, too. Only had 8 walks in 45 innings entering this game. So to have it happen on consecutive batters with only 1 out in the 6th does scare you a bit. But it looks like Bowie is not too concerned. They're just going to let Cody Roberts set things up with a quick mound visit from the battery. No chat from the pitching coach. But now Endy Rodriguez will dig in. Altoona's hottest hitter since he joined the team just a little over 2 weeks ago. He's 0 for 2 today with a fly out to left field in the 4th, a strikeout swinging in the 1st. First pitch in, swing and a miss. Fastball inside, and it's 0-1 as Rodriguez tried to give Altoona the lead. Bowie needs to be mindful for an attempted double steal, too. They've got the shift on. And Cody Roberts is going to step out behind home plate and direct the defense a little bit. Because with a left-hander in the box, that doesn't help with the runner at first, of course. But you're always watching the runner at second. And that shift on makes it so much harder for the third baseman to cover the bag. 0-1 pitch. Misses down. Fastball runs the count even at a ball and a strike. Armbruster is really running into a bit of trouble now when it comes to locating those low pitches. That's what really lost him on the Gonzalez at-bat, or the Gonzalez plate appearance, I should say. He sets now, first and second, one away. The 1-1 pitch. Popped him up. Left side, just past the infield. Prieto backing up, makes the call, and he nearly dropped it. Had to bucket it at the waist. Joey Ortiz went to cover third base just in case Triolo tried to tag. Oh boy, that would have been tough. Prieto never really got a good camp on it. He couldn't bring the infield fly into effect. Unfortunately, he was able to bring it down. And that's the second out of the inning. So now a big chance to end the frame. But you're going up against the pitcher that gave you the most fits. And I think that's going to lead to the end of the day for Justin Armbruster, because Malcolm Nunez is 2 for 2 against him with the solo home run. And Kyle Moore is coming out. He's making the point. So Armbruster is unable to finish the 6th inning. Lost out on his opportunity by walking consecutive batters. And now Griffin McClarty will come in to try and preserve this 1-1 tie with 2 on and 2 outs. We continue with the top of the 6th after this. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
A birthday bash with the Baysox is the best time at the ballpark. Bring your friends and family out to celebrate and be the star of the show. Dance on the dugout with Louie, play games in the stadium, introduce a batter in the game, and you'll even get to have the stadium sing for you. Baysox birthday parties, an unforgettable, one-of-a-kind experience at Prince George's Stadium. Book yours by calling 301-464-4880 or at baysox.com.
From sprains to stitches, sore throats to stomach aches, and pulled muscles to poison ivy, care is around the corner at Patient First. Walk in to see a doctor from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name fits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Baysox, open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
Bowie's walking a tightrope right now as we stay tied at 1-1 here in the top of the 6th inning. Justin Armbruster unable to finish the frame thanks to a pair of walks with 1 out. He works a pop out from Endy Rodriguez, but with Malcolm Nunez stepping up to bat, Bowie didn't want to risk it. Nunez has the only 2 base hits for Altoona today, both against Armbruster, of course. The solo home run in the 4th inning tied the game at 1. And with Nunez set to bat with 2 on, the Baysox go to Griffin McClarty out of the bullpen. Armbruster is responsible for the runners at first and second, but a quick out would strand them. At the moment, Armbruster tossed 5 2/3 innings, allowed only 2 hits. With 1 run it was earned, he struck out 8, tying a career high while walking 2. Griffin McClarty, a 6'3", 185-pound right-hander, drafted in the 8th round of the 2019 draft from the College of Charleston. As Nunez digs in, and Cody Roberts will immediately come out and just relay the signs man-to-man up on the mound. McClarty on the season has made 22 appearances, a 1-3 record with a 6.11 ERA. 35 1/3 innings, 43 strikeouts, 25 walks. He's allowed 7 home runs. He's inherited 4 runners this year, and only 1 has scored. First pitch to Nunez, way outside. Changeup was in the other batter's box, and Roberts had to spear his arm out there to make sure it didn't get past. You still need to be mindful of the double steal. Now with a right-hander in the box, a throw to third could be obstructed. The 1-0 to Nunez. Down and away. 2 balls and no strikes. McClarty is coming off of a tough trio of outings. He's allowed at least 1 run in each of his last 3. And his appearance against Somerset back on Sunday did not go too well. As he sets at the waist here and fires the 2-0. Called a strike. Fastball hits the outside edge as Nunez watches them go by. It's 2-1 here. McClarty came in following Garrett Stallings, who had allowed 8 runs. McClarty allowed a 3-run home run to Austin Wells in just an inning and 2/3 of work. Trying to strand 2 here. Looks back, runner at second. Now the 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Fastball at 94, well outside. Runs the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. As Bowie and Altoona are tied at 1. With runners at first and second and 2 away. Runner at third takes off. McClarty delivers, and the pitch is down and away. No throw. McClarty was so laser focused on the batter, he did not notice Triolo swiping his 24th bag. That puts the go-ahead run at third base, with the count now full on Nunez. Doesn't change much of the scenario. A base hit would have scored Triolo from second base anyway. But now a full count pitch. On its way, runner at first goes, and it's swung on and missed for strike 3. A fastball outside from McClarty. Strands 2 on, including 1 at third. And this game is still tied. Bottom of the 6th coming up. It's 1-1. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
It takes time to get rich, flavorful coffee beans from the lush mountain regions of Colombia and Brazil to Royal Farms. But less than a minute to get yourself a delicious hot cup of the finest and freshest coffee in the world. Because Royal Farms' new Swiss-made coffee machines grind those rich, flavorful coffee beans and brew them one magnificent cup at a time. It's why Royal Farms makes the freshest and best coffee in the world. Real fresh, real fast. Royal Farms.
A birthday bash with the Baysox is the best time at the ballpark. Bring your friends and family out to celebrate and be the star of the show. Dance on the dugout with Louie, play games in the stadium, introduce a batter in the game, and you'll even get to have the stadium sing for you. Baysox birthday parties, an unforgettable, one-of-a-kind experience at Prince George's Stadium. Book yours by calling 301-464-4880 or at baysox.com.
Are you interested in beginning or expanding on a career in the pipe fitting, pipe welding, or HVAC service industry? Are you interested in a career path that will set you up for life without experiencing any college debt? If you are interested in these things and you live in the DC area, the Steamfitters UA Local 602 Apprenticeship Program is the best choice for you. For more information about our apprenticeship program and how to apply, please visit steamfitters-602.org. That's steamfitters-602.org.
On to the bottom of the 6th inning here at Prince George's Stadium. A 1-1 game. Griffin McClarty able to slip through the line in the 6th inning, stranding runners at first and third that he had inherited from Justin Armbruster. As Luis Ortiz continues on the mound, facing the lineup for the 3rd time through. First pitch to Colton Cowser, misses up and away. It's 1-0 to start. Cowser, Norby, and Joey Ortiz to bat against Luis Ortiz as the 1-0 pitch is up and in. Fastball only came in at 97. We've been seeing them routinely at 98. Some well-warranted chirps on that called ball against Cowser. That one really looked like it might have clipped the plate. 2-0 pitch, and Cowser fouls it off left side. Skied out of play to run it at 2-1. Cowser has struck out twice, looking in the first, swinging in the third. But Armbruster is done for the day, and no decision for him on 5 2/3 innings with only 2 hits and 1 run. The 2-1 to Cowser is just outside. 3 balls and a strike. First 3-ball count that he's seen today. as they play him mostly up the middle. First base a little close to the line. And now the hitter's count offering. Swinging a piece between the legs of the catcher. Goes back to the screen, and it's full. But Griffin McClarty stranding the 2 inherited runners, so Armbruster charged with just 1 run. Struck out a career-high tying 8 batters while walking only 2. And now the payoff pitch to Cowser is bounced slowly toward the right side. First baseman scoops, slips, flips to the pitcher, and it's late. Shackelford's footing was not secure. He realized after the turn he wasn't going to beat Cowser, tried to underhand it to Ortiz, but Ortiz was going slow to try and give Shackelford the lane to reach first base. So Cowser beats it out, and they're going to rule that a base hit. That is the proper ruling. There wasn't any sort of miscue on the fielding of the play. As now Connor Norby steps up. Solo home run in the first for Bowie's only today. First pitch, and he punches it to the right side between the legs of Cowser and into right center field for a base hit. He's going first to third. The throw from right field goes wild. Cowser's headed home. The throw from third to home is high. He slides and he's safe. Bowie leads 2-1. A single and an error. Everything's coming up aces for Norby. He's at second base. And Bowie's got the lead. Colton Cowser is always the kind to charge around second base. It's been rare for him to not try first to third. Lolo Sanchez, timing-wise, he had a good throw. Jared Triolo was too close. He wasn't even on the bag. Probably about 5 feet in. The throw went high to him. The pitcher hadn't backed it up yet. And by the time it got by, Cowser had an easy route home. Triolo was able to recover it quickly, but he rushed the throw home, and it came in too high. So a single for Norby, no RBI, of course, as that run came across in the error, but it will lead to a mound visit as Bowie has taken the lead. Gives us a chance to check in on the rest of the Eastern League. We've had a fast-moving day, so we haven't had to look around the league too much. There was a bit of rain in Portland today, so their game with Hartford got postponed. Binghamton is shutting out Reading right now, 3-0 in the 5th. Erie leads Harrisburg 4-1 in the bottom of the 6th, and Akron has pushed ahead of Richmond 3-2. They're also in the 6th. Only other game in the league, New Hampshire, 4-0 over Somerset right now. They're in the bottom of the 5th. As Joey Ortiz steps in, runner now at second. Still no one out. Corner infielders playing on the baseline. First pitch, way outside. Changeup starts it out at 1-0. Ortiz is winning the Ortiz battle. He's 2 for 2 against Luis Ortiz. A pair on a double in the first and then a single in the fourth. Here's the 1-0 from Luis Ortiz, outside. Fastball at 98, 2 balls and no strikes. As a right-hander loosens for Altoona, that mound visit gave Colin Selby a little bit more time to start his work. This plate appearance might be the last one for Luis Ortiz, just depending on how it goes. 2-0. Joey Ortiz bounces it to third, diving at 10th, but it's off Triolo's glove and trickles into left field. That's enough time for Norby. He rounds third and scores. Joey Ortiz is into second base with a double. It's 3-1 Bowie. It's his second double of the day, 27th of the season. He's up to 70 RBI. And after each side was aching for base runners, the Baysox have started with 3 here in the 6th inning. That's the day for Luis Ortiz. He tried for the 6th, couldn't get there. He finishes with a season's high 10 strikeouts, but he's in line for a loss. New pitcher coming on for Altoona. We're back in a bit. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Hey kids, the Baysox Futures Club is the best way to be a fan of the Baysox, and it's completely free for kids ages 3 through 12. Futures Club members get access to special members-only events, discount ticket offers, and free gifts for just signing up. Parents, head over to Baysox.com to sign up your kids, so don't miss out on all the promotions and giveaways at Prince George's Stadium this season and next. The Baysox Futures Club. Sign up now at Baysox.com.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
Well, a teeth grinder all night has started to turn in favor of Bowie as we continue with the bottom of the 6th inning here at Prince George's Stadium. Altoona is forced to make a pitching change. Luis Ortiz tried to stretch into the 6th and could not record an out. His third trip through the lineup went single, single, double. 2 runs across, one of them on an error. But the line on Ortiz isn't final yet, but it looks like this. 5 innings. He allowed 7 hits. At the moment, 3 runs. 2 of them are earned. They could all become earned, all depending on how the rest of the inning goes. He struck out a season's high 10 batters, did not walk anyone, and allowed a home run. As Colin Selby takes over for Altoona to face off against the left-hander Cesar Prieto. First pitch into Cesar is line foul, third base side. Prieto, for the first time today, not attempting a bunt on the first pitch. But third base is still playing in on the baseline. Joey Ortiz has only attempted 3 steals today, but he could try one right now. Shortstop is playing close to the bag, though, so his lead can't be too large. As Selby looks back runner, the 0-1. Sliced foul, left side, hits off of a seat back hard at 103 miles an hour on the exit velocity, 0-2. Colin Selby, 6'2", 220-pound, 24-year-old right-hander from Chesapeake, Virginia. 16th round draft selection in 2018 from Randolph-Macon College. 20 appearances, a 2-2 record, and a 2.55 ERA this season. But he's got the signs mixed up. Steps off the rubber, cycles them through with Rodriguez, and Rodriguez will more happily hand-deliver them on the mound. 24 2/3 innings for Selby this season, 33 strikeouts, 12 walks. He's allowed only 1 home run, and out of 6 inherited runners, only 2 have scored. Runner at second, no one out still in the bottom of the 6th. Already 2 runs across for Bowie as they lead 3-1. Selby sets. Stretch on the third base side of the rubber. The 0-2 offering to Prieto is swung on and bounced right back to Selby. He's trying to go to first. They slide it to Ortiz, and they got him. That's a great play by Colin Selby. Fielder's choice goes 1-5. Triolo was on the pounce to get to the bag and just beat out Ortiz. Selby had that brief moment to gather himself before throwing it. You see so often, especially at this level, without the proper PFPs, a pitcher will sometimes rush a throw and it'll just be gone. So a fielder's choice allows Prieto to reach on the first out of the inning. And now Kobe Mayo steps in. First pitch. Breaking ball, misses down and away. And it's 1-0 to start. Luis Ortiz is in line for the loss today. Colin Selby is coming off of 2 strong outings in the Harrisburg series for Altoona. He was the winning pitcher in a walk-off win, and he earned a save in the series finale of that set. The 1-0. Mayo watches way outside again. 99-mile-an-hour fastball. Altoona is bringing out their hottest arms, but you can tell where the control is slightly. Ortiz has been much, much better today than Bowie had seen against him all season. Here's the 2-0. Down and away to Mayo. 3 balls and no strikes. But while the possibility of getting Ortiz through the 6th inning didn't play out, that's what you're supposed to do. That's how the minors work. If you want to develop a starting pitcher, you need them to go out for a 3rd trip through the order and see how they fare. They need to learn from their mistakes. The 3-0 misses down, and Mayo is aboard with a 4-pitch walk. That is the first walk given up by Altoona pitching today. And now 1st and 2nd, still only 1 out for Adam Hall. Now Hall is a bit of a ground ball hitter. 1.5 ground ball to fly ball ratio. So 2 out of every 3 balls put in play for him, or I should say 4 out of every 6 there is on the ground. He's hit into 5 double plays this year, make it 6. First pitch in is a curveball though, and it misses inside. So 5 consecutive pitches out of the zone from Colin Selby. He did not walk a batter. Well, he actually walked 1 in his save against Harrisburg, but he's worked scoreless on a pretty good run right now. Next pitch, laced up the right field line. This one headed to the corner, and it touches down, foul. Oh, goodness. The Bowie bullpen is not happy about that. It looked like it might have kicked up some dirt. The first base umpire is the one to make the call. I think he might have gotten it right. Fortunately, it hung up long enough that the umpire was able to square himself with the line and walk up with it. And especially since Bowie isn't putting up that much of a stink from the dugout specifically, tells me that I think it was the right call. Very close, though. Would have been an RBI extra base hit if it was just an inch to the left, but instead it's 1-1 now. Pitch into Hall, and he watches it bounce in. They're going to stay put on the bases. Cesar Pareto had taken a very big secondary lead as Andy Rodriguez pushed that one in front of home plate, but Rodriguez kept it near him the entire time. Prieto sprinted back to the bag. The middle infielders weren't really that fast to beat him there. So the count to 2-1 on Hall as Bowie leads 3-1 here in the bottom of the 6th. Pitch home from Selby, and Hall watches a high fastball called for strike at 98 miles an hour. Call it on the letters, and the count evens at 2. Selby's riding 3 2/3 consecutive scoreless innings. Now the 2-2 pitch, and Hall swings and misses. A 2-plane slider after a couple of fastballs in the high 90s. That's what Altoona has been working with all day today, and that's what's helped them pick up 11 strikeouts. It's the first for Selby, but the second out here in this 6th inning. And now here's Toby Welk trying to add on one more bit of insurance for Bowie. 0 for 2 day for Welk. First pitch. He watches down and away. Fastball at 98. 1-0 to start. Welk struck out looking on a 2-2 offering back in the 2nd. He grounded out to the shortstop in the 5th. First and second, 2 away. The 1-0. Welk fouls it off the catcher. Hit the mask and went screaming to the right side. Count evens at 1. I was chatting with Maverick Hanley a little bit earlier today, just asking him how he feels after hitting the injured list from a pitch that had fouled off of his mask the other day at the start of this series. And he was telling me the hard plastic covering around his forehead just had a massive dent on it from how hard that ball had fouled off of him. He hadn't seen it before. The 1-1. Welk watches it bounce in, kept in front again by Rodriguez. He's doing an excellent job keeping those in front of him. There have been a lot of great catching prospects, it seems, coming through this Eastern League. Adley Rutschman, of course, the headliner. New York had Francisco Alvarez. I believe MLB Pipeline still has him listed as the top overall prospect in baseball right now. He's with AAA. Rodriguez is really making waves, too. The 2-1. Welk pops it foul right side. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Even though they aren't highly rated prospects, you can never look away from what Maverick Hanley and Cody Roberts have done for Bowie this season. There's a reason the Baysox have the second fewest stolen bases allowed in all of minor league baseball, and it's the work of those two. 2-2 pitch to Welk. Inside, and the count fills. The inning started with 3 straight base hits after Bowie only had 4 over the first 5 innings. Colton Cowser singled on the infield, Connor Norby singled to right, and an error on the play brought home Cowser. Joey Ortiz with an RBI double. But now 2 outs with first and second. Runners go. The 3-2 is bounced high over to third. Picked by Triolo at the chin. He charges a throw to first and gets it there. 96-mile-an-hour fastball right down Broadway. And Welk was just a little too high on it. 5-3 putout ends the inning, but Bowie does put on 2 runs. As we go to the 7th, it's 3-1. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Get the best deals at Prince George's Stadium with weekly promotions all season. Tuesdays are Military Appreciation Night. Purchase a box seat at the ticket office with a proof of service, and you'll only pay half price. Bring along your furry friend on Woof Wednesday, and it's the best happy hour around every Thursday from 5 to 6:30. $2 Bud and Bud Light drafts with other beer specials throughout the year, and live music to get your night started. It's always a great time at the ballpark, so get your tickets now at Baysox.com.
From sprains to stitches, sore throats to stomach aches, and pulled muscles to poison ivy, care is around the corner at Patient First. Walk in to see a doctor from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name fits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Baysox, open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
There's plenty going on at the ballpark on Saturday, August 27th. Bowie will be hosting a special tribute to Negro League Baseball, as well as an exhibit presented by the Josh Gibson Foundation with special artifacts from the Hall of Famer's career, as well as the Baysox huge Touch a Truck event featuring dozens of construction, excavation, emergency vehicles, and trucks for all fans to enjoy and interact with exhibits as well. It begins at 4:30 and is going to run till 6:30 ahead of the 6:35 game. It's all presented by Miss Utility and comes your way on a busy Saturday, August 27th, so get your tickets at Baysox.com. There's only 2 more fireworks shows this season. After tonight, the Baysox will have 1 more fireworks show tomorrow, and then the final of the 2022 campaign, Saturday, September 10th, part of the Latin celebration at Prince George's Stadium. So get your tickets at Baysox.com. On to the 7th inning as Bowie leads 3-1. Aaron Shackelford leads off, and the first pitch to the left-hander misses well outside. Fastball from Griffin McClarty sets it up at 1-0. As McClarty takes on his first full inning of relief from Justin Armbruster. It'll be Shackelford, Leover Peguero, and Andres Alvarez to bat for Altoona, the 1-0. Fastball high, a little bit inside as well, and it runs the count to 2 balls and no strikes. Shackelford is 0 for 2. Popped out to the first baseman in foul territory back in the 2nd inning. Struck out swinging back in the 4th. As they've got a shift on, the 2-0 pitch is outside. 3-0 to start. McClarty did run into a bit of a bind early in the 6th. He opened up 2-0 on Malcolm Nunez with runners at first and third, but was able to strike him out swinging with some outside fastballs. The 3-0 here to Shackelford. This is high, a 4-pitch walk to lead off the inning. First walk for McClarty, third for Bowie pitching. All 3 have come within a span of just 5 batters. And now Leover Peguero representing a tying run for Altoona. He's 0 for 2 on the day with a line out to center field. A strikeout swinging back in the 5th. First pitch home, and Peguero watches fastball miss up and away. 5 in a row out of the zone for McClarty to start. Well, the run for Bowie against Peguero has been pretty consistent this season. As the 1-0 pitch. Misses inside. Fastball makes it 2-0, 6 in a row out of the zone to start the inning. Peguero has had no sense of the sliders that Bowie pitchers have served him this year. He's not drawn a walk against Bowie pitchers all season. The 2-0. Misses high. 7 straight out of the zone for McClarty. He's thrown 13 pitches today, and only 3 of them have been strikes. And Bowie gets a right-hander tossing now. 3-0. Finally a called strike. It's the light round of the Bronx cheer on the upper inside corner. 3 balls and a strike here with runner at first and no one out in the top of the 7th. Tyler Birch is tossing the bullpen for Bowie. Here's the next to Peguero. Swing and a miss. Got him with a fastball in the upper inside corner, so now McClarty with a chance to really bounce back from those first 7. As we've got another windless night here at Prince George's Stadium. The humidity has hit a little bit. Slightly muggy. And now a 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Fastball up and away to get right back into it for Griffin McClarty. After 7 straight out of the zone, 3 straight strikes. That's his second punch out overall, 10 for Bowie pitching. So now here's Andres Alvarez. After those first 7, we'll see how long McClarty lasts in this inning. If he allows another base runner, I imagine that's it. First pitch in to Alvarez, misses high. It's 1-0 to start. I'm trying to remember the time I read Keith Law's book, Smart Baseball. This was a ways back. I think it might have been 2019, so my memory might not be the best. But I remember him talking about the most efficient time to bring in a reliever as the 1-0 pitch is down and away. Back pick to first is late. Toby Welk got there with the tag, but Shackelford was able to slide in under it. Pitch was called for strike, a 94-mile-an-hour fastball on the lower outside corner. It's 1-1. Bowie leads here in the top of the 7th. As the next pitch home is cracked out towards shallow center. Kauser sprinting, it's tailing to his right, and it touches down. That ball just kept slicing away from Kauser, the worst possible place for the center fielder. Alvarez breaks a 3-game hitless skid with a 1-out single. That's the first hit for Altoona since Malcolm Nunez homered in the 4th inning. Finishing my point real quick as Lolo Sanchez digs in. The way that the numbers ran, at least in Law's perspective and the data he had gathered, this exact moment, first and second, 1 away after allowing 2 base runners, would be the moment to make the switch. Even though Bowie leads. First pitch to Sanchez, misses well outside. And I feel as if the eye test probably helps out a little bit too, because that was the 20th pitch for McClarty, and he's still thrown only 7 strikes. He's thrown a first pitch ball to all 5 batters he's faced. Here's the 1-0 pitch. This is high. Fastball runs it to 2-0. And this is the same issue that Chase McDermott was running into as Cody Roberts will come out. A battery visit. Maybe give Tyler Birch a little bit extra time to warm up. McDermott was running into a lot of first pitch balls as his slider wasn't hitting the lower outside corner enough. And when you fall behind instantly, you're having to throw strikes to compensate. And when you're throwing strikes, the batters expect it. They know it's coming. They have a better opportunity to swing. And that's what led to the multitude of home runs against McDermott just in his first 2 AA starts. And it's what's led to this delicate situation here for Griffin McClarty as he's faced 4 batters, recorded only 2 outs, and a tying run is at first base with just 1 out here in the 7th. 2-0 pitch to Sanchez. Called for a strike. Changeup nicks the lower inside corner. 2-1. But I'd have to imagine that this is the last batter now, regardless of outcome even. Just because of the wideness to the zone that McClarty is dealing with. 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. High fastball at 93. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. The problem for Bowie, though, is that they had a major opportunity to maybe only use 2 relievers today if Justin Armbruster had been able to finish the 6th. But he wasn't able to, and now it looks like McClarty might have trouble finishing the 7th. He steps off the rubber. We'll wait on the 2-2 pitch to Sanchez. Because if McClarty can't finish the 7th and Birch has to come in, then Birch will probably only go through the end of the 8th, and then Bowie has to use a 3rd reliever. McClarty sets. The 2-2 pitch. Popped up foul. This one gets out of play behind home plate. Count stays put. But again, Bowie is still in good standing in terms of bullpen rest. As I mentioned in the last inning, thanks to Noah Denoyer coming in really one of the first piggybacks for the Baysox in a while. Tossed 3 innings of relief, and Bowie only needed 1 inning of Connor Loprich. First and second, 1 away in the top of the 7th. This time is called by the batter. Bowie leads 3-1. A game that had stuck tied at 1 for quite some time before Bowie put on 2 in the 6th. The 2-2 from McClarty. This is high. 95-mile-an-hour fastball runs it full. 5 batters he's faced, 4 of them have worked a 3-ball count. McClarty usually only tops out around the mid-30s in terms of his pitch count. He's at 25, so this could very well be his last pitch. The 3-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Fastball on the upper inside corner. Looked like he got a piece, but Roberts held on. 3rd strikeout for Griffin McClarty. Is he staying in the game? That's the new question. As Matt Frazier steps in, a left-hander. Birch is still mulling around on the mound in the bullpen. McClarty looks back at the dugout, and no one's coming out to retrieve him. He'll face the lefty Frazier. First and second, 2 away. Frazier is 0 for 2 on the day. He struck out his last time up. First pitch, outside. First pitch ball to all 6 batters from McClarty today. And that's something that Bowie puts a lot of weight into. Your first pitch strike rate. How many batters you face and how many times you pick up a first pitch strike. The 1-0. Down and in. 2 balls and no strikes. That's consecutive batters now on a 2-0 count. A 4-pitch walk to Aaron Shackelford to open the inning. Had a 3-0 count on Leover Peguero after that before striking him out. And now the 2-0 pitch here is a half swing and a foul. That one skies out to hit off of one of the tent concession stands on the concourse of the left side. It's 2-1. And this has definitely got to be one of the lowest strike ratios we've seen from a Bowie reliever in quite some time. 29 pitches and only 12 for strikes. The 2-1 to Frazier. Called a strike. Got him with a changeup in the lower inside corner. It's 2-2. So despite the imminent danger from the first batter, Griffin McClarty has an opportunity to finish this inning scoreless. First and second, 2 away as Bowie leads by 2 in the 7th. McClarty sets. The 2-2 to Frazier. Misses low. Fastball at 94, well under the knees. That's the 3rd full count in this inning, 4th overall for McClarty. Now in terms of pitch count, this is absolutely his last batter, as he's up to 31, and Birch is ready in the bullpen. McClarty sets. The runners will get a jump. There they go, the pitch. Down and in, ball 4. The bases are loaded as McClarty walks his 2nd. The tying run is in scoring position for the leadoff batter, Jared Triolo. And are they going to take him out or not? Now they are. Here comes Kyle Moore. Griffin McClarty had a tough day with the strike zone. 32 pitches, and only 13 of them finding the zone. He leaves in pretty much the same situation that he entered. Altoona threatening to tie this game. Bases loaded, 2 outs for Jared Triolo, and Tyler Birch is in. We're back after this. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Hey Baysox fans, On the Green Inc. is a proud sponsor of the Baysox and is celebrating 25 years of providing custom lawn care and pest control programs with guaranteed results for residential and commercial lawns. Mention this ad and receive a discount on your first lawn care or pest control service. Enjoy the outdoors this summer with On the Green Inc. Visit our website at onthegreeninc.com or call 410-695-0444. Let's go Baysox and On the Green Inc., your lawn care team.
The best way to take in a Baysox game is with a group outing at Prince George's Stadium. Everything from entertaining clients to birthday parties and even fundraising opportunities for your team, the Baysox offer plenty of options for your group at unbeatable rates with plenty of options on suites, seats, and decks around the ballpark. Your group can eat their fill and have an unforgettable time. Find out more and schedule your group outing by calling 301-464-4880 or going to Baysox.com.
But for the second consecutive inning, Bowie has to thread the needle. Not good for the old heart rate, as Altoona has the bases loaded with 2 outs here in the top of the 7th after they had first and third with 2 outs in the top of the 6th. A 3-1 Bowie lead. It was a 1-1 game when Altoona had them at first and third in the 6th, mind you. But as Bowie leads, a tying run is in scoring position and a go-ahead run is on base, with Tyler Birch coming in for Bowie. Griffin McClarty had a tough time throwing strikes today. 29 pitches, or actually 31 pitches, only 14 of them in the strike zone, if I'm counting right here. 1 inning, 1 hit for McClarty. So far, no runs, but he struck out 3 and walked 2. Tyler Birch in to face Jared Triolo. He needs 1 quick out to escape the inning, but time called by Cody Roberts behind home plate before anything happens. Tyler Birch, a 6'2", 190-pound right-hander, traded over from Philadelphia in 2021. Jared Triolo is 0 for 7 with the bases loaded this year. The first pitch. Breaking ball, called for strike. Nicks on the upper inside corner and freezes Triolo when he hears the call. He thought it was a bit too far in. 0-1 to start. Triolo does have 2 bases loaded walks. 3 RBI total. The 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball on the lower outside corner that time. Good slider from Birch, and it's 0-2. His slider has made some great improvements lately. Had its best day back in Akron 2 weeks ago, and he's been holding it relatively steady since. The 0-2 pitch. Down and away, bounces in. Held in front by Cody Roberts, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. Tyler Birch has inherited 18 runners this season, most on the team. He's allowed half of them to score. He's 0-5 with a 5.94 ERA, but has been improving here in the second half, as has the entire bullpen. Bases loaded, 2 away. The 1-2 pitch. Outside. Fastball at 96, runs it even at 2, as they're trying to get Triolo to chase after getting him on 2 quick called strikes. 2 walks and a single, around 2 strikeouts in this inning. Birch fires the 2-2. Fouled off. Right side and out of play. It's down in front of the carousel on the berm, and the count stays even at 2. There's no way Triolo was going to go down that easily after falling behind, no balls and 2 strikes. As Birch peers in, holds ball in hand and glove pressed up against chest. Now uprights and sets at the waist. Another 2-2. Swinging a bouncing ball to third. Could be a force as Prieto picks, taps on the bag, and ends the inning. Tyler Birch escapes the bases loaded jam after 2 walks and a single. It's finally time to stretch here at Prince George's Stadium. Bowie leads 3-1. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Baseball is a game of specialists. Base stealers, closers, cleanup hitters. Together, they help their team stand out from the rest. Specialists also help set Chesapeake Employers Insurance apart from other workers' compensation insurance companies. Our health services team includes orthopedic surgeons, nurse case managers, a physical therapist, and more, all to get your employee back to work, contain costs, and keep premiums down. That's teamwork. To learn more, connect with your agent or visit Chesapeake Employers at CEIWC.com.
Get your gear and memorabilia from your favorite Baysox players and future stars of the Baltimore Orioles at the Tackle Box Team Store. Jerseys, hats, autographed bats and balls, all at great prices. Located right at the main gate at Prince George's Stadium and online at BaysoxShop.com, the Tackle Box is the only place to get the best Baysox gear for you and your favorite fan. It's the Tackle Box at Prince George's Stadium and at BaysoxShop.com.
On the Green Incorporated is your lawn care team, providing professional organic-based lawn care programs for residential and commercial lawns. Our lawn care programs provide ballpark quality results. Each service is custom tailored with guaranteed results for even the toughest lawns. On the Green also offers outdoor pest control services. Mosquitoes, ants, ticks, and more. Safely and effectively control insects and enjoy the outdoors this summer with On the Green Incorporated. Go to onthegreeninc.com.
Well, a lengthy seventh inning rolls on here to the bottom half as Bowie still leads 3-1. Laborious on the top half despite no runs coming across. Altoona drew 3 walks and collected a single. Bowie made a pitching change, and Tyler Birch worked a force out to strand the bases loaded. As we move to the bottom of the 7th, Colin Selby continues in relief. He faces Cody Roberts to start. First pitch in. And Roberts watches high fastball at 97, 1-0. Roberts is 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. His first appearance against Selby. As Selby came in with runner at second and no one out in the 6th. Did not allow an inherited runner. Roberts floats one out to left field here, but right on a nose to Andres Alvarez. 0 for 3 day for Roberts, and now here's John Rhodes. Bowie leading 3-1, but that lead has, boy, it's been tested today. It was 1-0 Bowie just after the first inning. Connor Norby slugged another home run for his 12th. First pitch in to Rhodes here, misses up and in. 98-mile-an-hour fastball, pushed him a bit back on the stance. It's 1-0 to start. Next pitch. And it's foul. And over to the right side, 1-1. Rhodes is 0 for 2. Flew out to right field, back in the 5th. He grounded out to the shortstop in the 3rd. Here's the next pitch from Selby. And another foul. This one skied out to the right side. Count to a ball and 2 strikes now. As Bowie leads 3-1, looks like things are getting close to a finish at FNB Field in Harrisburg. Erie holding on to a 3-run lead of theirs. The 1-2 to Rhodes is down. Changeup came in low to run the count even. It's 4-1 Erie. So if the Seawolves pick up that win, Bowie would need to maintain their lead to stay in sole possession of first place. I think that ball might have bounced up and hit Andy Rodriguez near the throat. He was rubbing his throat, took his mask off. And the home plate umpire is giving him a little bit of time while cleaning home plate and asking for some fresh baseballs. But Rhodes digs back in on a 2-2 count. Pitch home from Selby. Check swing, slider misses. They asked for an appeal, but he held up. Count to 3-2. Rhodes doesn't have a hit on a full count yet with Bowie this year. Still just in his 14th game. And he asked for a quick time. Well, all the movement around home plate today. Those chalk lines are pretty much gone. You can see the front of the batter's boxes, and that's it. 3-2 pitch. Rhodes lifts one out toward right field. Sends Sanchez running. He's got a beat, but it's over his head. It's spun around on him and bounces off the wall. Rhodes has a chance for 3. He's around second. The relay is bobbled, and he's into third with a triple. That's his second double-A triple. It comes with 1 out here in the 7th inning. An opportunity for insurance from Bowie, as Sanchez really looked to have that one read the entire time. I think his feet might have gotten tangled up on him, or I think he overran the ball a little bit. It might have sliced. We have seen some balls slice away from the right-handed batters today. But Sanchez overran it slightly out toward left center field, tried to double back, got tangled up, and the ball went past him. So now here's Colton Cowser. First pitch in with the infield in, and it misses down. Fastball at only 94. 1-0 to start. Cowser singled to the first baseman in the 6th inning. Extended his hit streak to 6 consecutive games. He has them in 10 of his last 11 as well. The runner at third and 1 out here in the 7th. The next, Cowser holds off on a fastball inside. 97 though, to run the count to 2 balls and no strikes. Nobody warming for Altoona either. They want Selby to finish out this inning, because they might need someone for 2 innings, all depending on their offense. They want to see a bottom of the 9th, of course. 2-0. Cowser lifts it out toward left center field on a line. This could score the run. Deep enough where it's picked up by Frazier. Tagging from third and coming home on a weak throw. Rhodes is across, and it's 4-1 Bowie. Sacrifice fly for Colton Cowser, his 30th RBI of the season. Big insurance following the triple. The second out of the inning. And now here's Connor Norby on a 2-for-3 day. Now the base is empty. First pitch in from Selby is a high breaking ball. 1-0 to start as Altoona now gets an arm up and tossing. A right-hander, it seems. It's J.C. Flowers, 1-0 pitch. This is high again, it's 2-0. Flowers has already appeared in this series. He came in Altoona's only win. Pitched a scoreless inning. (4-1) Bowie, as they've been getting it done late in the game today. The 2-0. Popped up, right side of the infield. Backing out the first baseman, Shackelford. Ankles on the grass. And with a foot on the foul line, he makes the catch. The inning is over, but a triple by John Rhodes sets up a sacrifice fly by Colton Cowser, giving Bowie some insurance. 4-1 as we move to the 8th. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Get the best deals at Prince George's Stadium with weekly promotions all season. Tuesdays are Military Appreciation Night. Purchase a box seat at the ticket office with a proof of service, and you'll only pay half price. Bring along your furry friend on Woof Wednesday, and it's the best happy hour around every Thursday from 5 to 6:30. $2 Bud and Bud Light drafts with other beer specials throughout the year, and live music to get your night started. It's always a great time at the ballpark, so get your tickets now at Baysox.com.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
If you own or operate a building or facility, or if you're a general contractor that is located or operates in the D.C. area, there is no doubt that it is important for you to have the best trained and most qualified people working for you. Members of Steamfitters UA Local 602 provide the highest level of HVAC, mechanical, and specialty piping services to the various customers we serve. For more information about the services we provide and for a list of companies you can hire, please visit steamfitters-602.org.
Well, fans, don't forget about Pest Now. They're a proud partner of the Bowie Baysox, and they'll pretty much help you with anything you need in terms of pest control services. They help out with the pest control at Prince George's Stadium. If you got mosquito problems, termite problems, really any pest control services, give them a call. 301-231-8300 or visit them online at pestnow.com. On to the 8th inning here at Prince George's Stadium as Bowie leads 4-1. Nick Gonzalez will lead off as Tyler Birch takes on his first full inning of relief. First pitch. And Gonzalez watches slider miss down and away. It's 1-0. Bowie has been just walking that tightrope. They've got the big long stick and all that they're just balancing themselves across the canyon. A 1-1 game that had runners at first and third in the 6th as we've got a bouncing ball to short here. Picked by Joey Ortiz on a good bounce. He sends it to first in time. Gonzalez is retired 6-3. After getting out of that 1-1 jam, Griffin McClarty struck out a batter to end the 6th. Bowie put on 2 runs in the 6th, but in the 7th, McClarty loaded the bases on a single and 2 walks. Tyler Birch had to come in and escape that jam. Bowie paid him back with a run here in the 7th. John Rhodes a triple, Colton Cowser a sac fly, so now here in the 8th, Andy Rodriguez to bat. First pitch is called a strike. Change up by Birch, nicks the lower outside corner, it's 0-1. Birch made 2 appearances in the Somerset series and did fine. He came in on the Sunday game that saw Bowie lose 13-3, and he was pretty much caught in the crossfire as the 0-1 is called for strike. Slider for the bottom edge of the zone, it's 0-2. Birch allowed a solo home run when he came in for the 7th inning. Gave it up to Jesus Bastidas. The 0-2 bounces in. It's a ball and 2 strikes here. But prior to that, he had one of his longest outings of the season. Tossed 2 1/3 innings against Somerset and did not allow a run, did not allow a hit. You could say it was one of his best outings of the year. And Bowie really needed it at that time. Chase McDermott was tagged for 8 runs in his AA debut that day, but Bowie actually climbed back to tie the game at 9. 1-2 pitch. Cracked bat, floated out towards second. It'll fall in front of Norby. He scoops it on the bounce and quickly zips it to first base. The shortest looping pop to fall in front as Rodriguez is retired. His hitting streak is suddenly in jeopardy. That 4-3 putout has Rodriguez at 0 for 4 on the day. He's going to need Altoona to get something big to bat again, or he'll have his first hitless day in AA. First pitch to Malcolm Nunez, bounces in. Breaking ball starts the count out at 1-0. And Nunez had a 12-game hit streak to start his AA career, but it looks like Bowie might have finally been the team to put an end to that. Shift on for Nunez. He's been the biggest threat for Bowie today. Well, to Bowie, I suppose. Threat for Altoona as the 1-0 is swung on and missed. He was trying to leave the park again. Fastball up and away, it's 1-1. But Nunez homered in the 4th inning. That was off Justin Armbruster, and it tied the game at 1. As the 1-1 pitch is bounced to short again. Ortiz takes it on 2 hops at the chest. Double clutches the Charger throw to first, and he gets it there in time. 3 quick groundouts from Tyler Birch. We're on to the bottom of the 8th. Bowie leads 4-1. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
From bug bites to burns, fevers to flu, and bruises to broken bones, care is around the corner at Patient First. Walk in to see a doctor from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name fits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Baysox, open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
Pest Now is proud to partner with the Bowie Baysox and provide their pest control services. For all your residential and commercial pest control needs, call Pest Now. For general pest control, termite control, mosquito control, and all other pest control services, call Pest Now. You can reach us at 301-231-8300 or visit us online at www.pestnow.com.
The best way to take in a Baysox game is with a group outing at Prince George's Stadium. Everything from entertaining clients to birthday parties and even fundraising opportunities for your team, the Baysox offer plenty of options for your group at unbeatable rates with plenty of options on suites, seats, and decks around the ballpark. Your group can eat their fill and have an unforgettable time. Find out more and schedule your group outing by calling 301-464-4880 or going to Baysox.com.
Bottom of the 8th inning here in Bowie as they're hoping to add on a little bit more to a 4-1 lead. Altoona will make another pitching change. What should most likely be their last of the night sees J.C. Flowers come out of the bullpen. Colin Selby is done. He pitched well for the position he was put in, but did eventually allow a run in the 7th inning. 2 innings for Selby. With 1 hit and 1 run, it was earned. He struck out 1 and walked 1. He won't factor into the decision, but Joey Ortiz will step in here as Flowers is ready to get started. 6'3", 185-pound, 24-year-old right-hander from Orange Park, Florida. 4th-round draft selection in 2019 from Florida State. Fires the first to Ortiz, and it's a slider. Misses too far inside. 1-0 to start. Ortiz is on a 3-for-3 day. 2 doubles with an RBI in the 6th. He singled in the 4th. Next pitch popped up foul right side. This will get out of play. Doesn't warrant much of a chase as the count evens at a ball and a strike. Ortiz is tied with Connor Norby and Colton Cowser for the most 4-hit games this season from Bowie batters. They each have 2. Cowser picked up his 2nd last night. 1-1 offering. Ortiz watches outside. A fastball clips at 96. It's 2-1. J.C. Flowers, 31 appearances this year for Altoona, a 7-5 record, a 2.67 ERA. He's tossed well. The 2-1 pitch is swung on and missed. Slider down and away, and did he clip Rodriguez with the backswing on that, or did Rodriguez get tripped up trying to reach out for that ball? He's lost the mask, and the athletic trainer is coming out. Victor Silva is going to see what's up. Rodriguez is up right now and just in a squat. Is it something with his right leg? Yeah, did he just pull something or strain something? Hyperextended it? Don't want to speculate too much, but it really just seems like he overstretched while trying to get over to that ball as it had slid into the other batter's box. When you think of the situation, he didn't need to. It would have run the count even at 2, and the bases are still empty. But it looks like Rodriguez is giving his trainer the all-good head nod. And they'll get a round of applause as he stays in the game. Flowers has 67 1/3 innings this season. He struck out only 60 batters, but walked just 23. He's allowed 5 home runs. His 2nd appearance this series, he had a scoreless inning on Tuesday. The 2-2. Ortiz watches low. Run the count full. 4-1 Bowie lead. They've got 8 hits. Altoona has 3. As the 3-2 pitch is fouled off of Ortiz's ankle. Oh, that left ankle sends him hustling with a hobble up the first base line. Fortunately, he's got that ankle guard, but it can't cover every square inch of skin and muscle. I think it might have missed a little bit of it and given him a shock, but Ortiz looks to be fine. He is going to walk back across home plate, get a couple of extra steps in, and of course the home plate umpire is more than willing to grant him that luxury after a well-struck ball like that off of the ankle. Maybe a bruise, I'm not sure. We got another payoff pitch. Here it comes. Ortiz fouls it off on a bouncer to the left side. It's in front of the Altoona on-deck circle, and the count stays full. That was the 7th pitch of the plate appearance. That pitches per plate appearance stat, it's been going up for Ortiz. It was around 3.7 a few months back, but now he's averaging nearly 4 pitches. 3-2. Called strike 3 at the knees. Ortiz had taken a step and a half up the line. Freezes and squats in disbelief, has a parting word, and the umpire doesn't meet his gaze. It was close, and we'd seen lower pitches called for strikes in this game, so don't need to get too up in arms about it, but I can see a little frustration. As Cesar Prieto digs in, first pitch to him, misses down and inside, 95-mile-an-hour fastball, and it's 1-0 to start. That's the first strikeout for Flowers, of course. 12th overall for Altoona pitching, the 1-0. Prieto fouls it off to the left side, 1-1. So it looks as if they've gone final over in Harrisburg. Trying to actually pull it up. Erie was able to cap off the win 4-1. As the next pitch to Prieto is swung on and missed a bit high on a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. So for Bowie to stay in sole possession of first place, they just need to maintain this 4-1 lead. The 1-2 to Prieto is bounced foul first base side. Prieto is 0 for 2 today. He's 0 for 3 rather. He's 0 for his last 8. And now the 1-2 outside. Steady fastball mix from J.C. Flowers right now. As he fires the 2-2. And Prieto gets sawed off in on the handle of the bat. A pop out to the shortstop. Nick Gonzalez backs up on it and pulls it down. Already 2 away. But Flowers has really had some long appearances this season. Took on a hybrid starter and relief role, something that Bowie has seen a lot of this year from their own pitchers, of course, in their piggyback roles. But bringing him in just what should only be 1 inning. As the first pitch here to Kobe Mayo is called for strike on the bottom edge. It's 0-1. 1 for 2 day for Mayo. Single to left field in the 4th inning. He walked in the 6th as the 0-1 pitch. It's called for a strike again on the outside edge. 96-mile-an-hour fastball. 0-2 as Bowie leads 4-1 here in the bottom of the 8th. Top of the 9th, we'll see Tyler Birch to face off against 5, 6, and 7 in the Altoona lineup. The 0-2 pitch. Spoiled foul to the right side. Birch will be on for a save situation. He's only converted 1 of his 3 save opportunities this year, however. Base is empty, 2 outs here on Mayo. And now the 0-2 from Flowers. Popped him up. Foul ground right side, tough play. Shackelford out toward the bullpen, and it will get out of play. You can tell when the right-handed batters have been putting it into the air, the ball has just been pushing further and further to the right side. Unless they've pulled it the entire way, which honestly I don't think too many right-handers have. Joey Ortiz is the only example that I can think of today. Everything else has been mostly up the middle or going the other way for the righties. But it's been slicing a ton today, and that's the same for Altoona. Another 0-2 pitch. Mayo hits a high bouncer to third, and it takes a funky hop over the third baseman's glove. Into left field, Mayo lost the helmet rounding first, but he's going to retreat. Throw doesn't go to first base, and Mayo is just content with a single. He's already extended his hit streak to 4 consecutive games, but now he picks up a multi-hit game as well. His 4th this season with Bowie, and it extends the inning. That must have hit off of the lip of the dirt onto the infield grass. So where the baselines really come into their full set, that sliver of grass on front, it hit that lip of grass and shot the ball up into the air. That gave Mayo first base. First pitch to Adam Hall misses up and away, and it's 1-0 to start. So while Flowers had Mayo on the edge for 3 pitches, Mayo still wins and extends the inning. Hall is 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. The 1-0. Slider down and away. It's 2 balls and no strikes. So if Bowie can pick up the win today, then they'll just need to win one of the next 2 days to secure a winning homestand. If they win today, though, they can't lose the homestand, which is at least a good scenario. The 2-0. Just a piece on a swing. Fastball down and away. Ball gets back to the screen. Counts at 2-1. Because after the series with Somerset started so tough for Bowie, back-to-back 1-run losses, it really seemed like Bowie was going to have a tough time being a part of that series, but then they rattled off 3 wins. The 2-1 pitch. High bouncer over to the right side this time. Picked on 2 pops by Peguero. Second baseman sends it to first in time. Fortunately, that first bounce really slowed it down a lot, so Peguero was able to close the gap, and that ends the inning. Bowie gets a single, but nothing more. We're on to the 9th. Baysox look for their 3rd consecutive win as they lead 4-1. You're listening to Baysox Baseball. Well, as the baseball season winds down, that means we've got to get ready for football. Friday, September 9th, it's the Baysox football kickoff night at Prince George's Stadium. Getting ready for the college season and the pro season, the Baysox will be giving away a special Adley Rutschman bobblehead. Remember, Adley played college football before he joined the Orioles. It's a free bobblehead for the first 750 fans ages 13 and up. So be sure to join the Baysox football kickoff night on Friday, September 9th. Get your tickets at baysox.com.
Celebrate the history of our national pastime at the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown. See priceless treasures that will bring your baseball memories to life. Connect with events that have shaped and changed the game and our country. Our stories to tell, your memories to share. Plan your family visit today at baseballhall.org. See you in Cooperstown, where the journey becomes legend.
Baseball is a game of specialists. Base stealers, closers, cleanup hitters. Together, they help their team stand out from the rest. Specialists also help set Chesapeake Employers Insurance apart from other workers' compensation insurance companies. Our health services team includes orthopedic surgeons, nurse case managers, a physical therapist, and more, all to get your employee back to work, contain costs, and keep premiums down. That's teamwork. To learn more, connect with your agent or visit Chesapeake Employers at CEIWC.com.
It is always a pleasure to have you along for the broadcast each night. Tonight's no different. Thank you so much for stopping by this evening. Matt Sabatis with you from Prince George's Stadium as we move to the ninth inning. A 4-1 Bowie lead. Tyler Birch 3 outs away from a save. He'll face off against 5, 6, and 7 in the Altoona lineup, starting with Aaron Shackelford. They put a shift on for the lefty, and the first pitch is a called strike. Changeup comes right down Broadway, and it's 0-1 to start. Shackelford is 0 for 2. He walked in the 7th inning, got to 3rd, and was left stranded. As the 0-1 pitch is swung on and missed high. Fastball came in, and Shackelford tried to check his swing on it, but his mind didn't get the message to his body in time. He was more than halfway around. The home plate umpire calls him on it, 0-2. After Shackelford, Leover Peguero, and then Andres Alvarez to bat. As Birch sets, the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. 94-mile-an-hour fastball inside. That's the first strikeout for Birch. 12th overall for Bowie pitching. He's retired all 5 batters he's faced. And now Leover Peguero. An 0 for 3 day for him. 2 strikeouts. 1 in the 5th, 1 in the 7th. First pitch home. And Peguero bounces it to 3rd. Cesar Prieto hovers and grabs at the chest before ripping a bullet to first. 5-3 putout, and the Baysox are 1 out away from wrapping up their 3rd consecutive win. Tyler Birch had come into today converting only 1 of his 3 save opportunities. And now he's got a chance to pick up his 2nd save of the season, as Bowie has really gotten some tight relief performances from mid-inning pitching changes. First pitch to Andres Alvarez. Misses down and away. Count starts out at 1-0. Griffin McClarty came in with a go-ahead run at 3rd base after a stolen base in the 6th. Struck out the batter. Tyler Birch came in with the bases loaded in the 7th. The 1-0 to Alvarez misses high. It's 2-0. Fortunately for Birch and for McClarty, there were 2 outs, but it still didn't take away from the tension. They were both able to get out of it, and now Birch is running. 6 consecutive retire. The 2-0 to Alvarez. Fouled off right side. Count goes to 2-1. 2 sides will be back at it again tomorrow, of course, as Bowie looks for a bounce-back start from Garrett Stallings. He gave up 8 runs earlier this homestand. He could potentially win Bowie the series if he puts together a good day. It's been a good day for Bowie pitching today, as the 2-1 pitch is in there, a called strike. Change up on the upper outside corner, and it's 2-2. Well, the fans that are paying attention are getting a little loud, getting a little clapping going, but time called by Alvarez. Takes 1 swing out of the box and steps back in. Now more fans are getting into it. Bases empty and 2 outs. Bowie leads 4-1 in the 9th. The 2-2 pitch, way outside. Fastball at 95 into the other batter's box, and it runs the count full. So the cycle starts again for the fans in attendance tonight. It's been a good crowd. Best of the week for Bowie as Birch looks for the strikeout. The 3-2 to Alvarez. Down and away. Fastball missed, and that's the first base runner against Birch today. That's the 5th walk given up by Baysox pitching. All of them have come since the start of the 6th inning. That's what's made this game so tense. The walks were what hurt Bowie in the Somerset series. Too many just coming across to score, especially in that 13-3 romp. But again, today has been a day where the Bowie offense backed up a stellar pitching performance and a bend but don't break kind of bullpen. Here's Lolo Sanchez. First pitch home, and the right-hander watches pitch miss down. 1-0 to start on a changeup. It's an 0 for 3 day for Sanchez. 2 strikeouts, 1 in the 5th and 1 in the 7th. Here's the 1-0. Swinging a piece foul, skips back to the screen and sets the count even at 1. Fortunately for Birch, that insurance run for Bowie in the 7th after John Rhodes' triple and Colton Cowser's sacrifice fly means that it's still not a tying run scenario. Tying run is Matt Frazier on deck. Here's the 1-1. Lined over to short, and there's Joey Ortiz. The Bowie Baysox are winners once again. A stellar pitching performance for their 3rd consecutive win. Not to mention Connor Norby and his 3rd home run in just 2 days. Your final score tonight, Bowie 4, Altoona 1. We got a lot to discuss on Baysox postgame as Bowie stays in first place for at least another night. We'll see how Erie did, though. We've got a lot of highlights to talk about and a lot of fun analysis from what was, admittedly, a pretty tense game. Bowie wins 4-1. We're back after this. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
At Luminous Health, we want you to feel your best. This summer, take the time to catch up on your annual health screenings. Visit us at our Anne Arundel Medical Center, Doctors Community Medical Center, or one of our primary care offices in your neighborhood. At Luminous Health, you are the MVP. Learn more at luminoushealth.org. Fielder's Choice Flex Packs with the Bowie Baysox. The best value to see the best games at Prince George's Stadium. You could save up to 30% on your selected seat from day one and enjoy a number of exclusive member benefits, including flexible exchange options, discounts on suite rentals, special access to the Diamond View restaurant, and a free members collectible at your first home game of the year. Get your pack now by calling 301-464-4865 or heading online to baysox.com.
It takes time to get rich, flavorful coffee beans from the lush mountain regions of Colombia and Brazil to Royal Farms. But less than a minute to get yourself a delicious hot cup of the finest and freshest coffee in the world. Because Royal Farms' new Swiss-made coffee machines grind those rich, flavorful coffee beans and brew them one magnificent cup at a time. It's why Royal Farms makes the freshest and best coffee in the world. Real fresh, real fast. Royal Farms.
It's now time for the Bowie Baysox post-game show. Let's head back to the ballpark with Matt Sabatis.
Well, a tense win for Bowie this evening as we get back to Prince George's Stadium for the start of Baysox postgame. A pitching duel from the starters early on, led by just a pair of solo home runs, one from each side, before Bowie broke through against the Altoona bullpen to wrap up a 4-1 win. Matt Sabatis with you from Prince George's Stadium as we've got a little bit to discuss. Recap this game in depth with some of the highlights and then a look around the Eastern League to see how this win is going to help out Bowie. But we got to start with a recap because it may be quick, but it is fun. We go back in time to the faraway land of 7:06. First pitch came home from Justin Armbruster to Jared Triolo. It was a strike. Armbruster would eventually strike him out on a full count. He picked up 2 strikeouts in a perfect first inning. And in the bottom of the first, after Colton Cowser struck out looking against Luis Ortiz, Connor Norby picked back up right where he left off yesterday. The 1-0 pitch. And Norby belts it out to deep left field. This one sends Alvarez jogging, but I think he's got no chance. Norby's done it again. Connor Norby says goodbye. You can't stop him. You can't even hope to contain him. It's his 12th this season and his 3rd in his last 4 at-bats. Bowie leads 1-0. So a 1-0 lead for the Baysox, but as it would turn out, that'd be it for a while as Luis Ortiz, apparently offended by that home run, went on a tear. Struck out 5 batters in his first trip through the lineup. Meanwhile, Justin Armbruster was able to work scoreless in his first trip through the lineup, allowed just 1 hit through his first 3 innings. Bowie went down with 7 strikeouts in the first 3 innings, and finally in the 4th, Altoona was able to get it back. Nick Gonzalez struck out swinging, and Andy Rodriguez flew out to left field. Then Malcolm Nunez came up and tied the game for Altoona. Fires the first, and it's lifted deep out to left center field. This one probably getting out as Causa runs back. There it goes. A game-tying home run off of the batter's eye for Malcolm Nunez, and it's 1-1. So a 1-1 game on the 8th home run that Armbruster had allowed this season. Nunez, through 5 innings, was the only Altoona batter to collect a hit. He was 2 for 2 with that home run. After the 5th inning, in which Armbruster picked up his 7th strikeout, in the bottom of the 5th, Luis Ortiz picked up his 10th strikeout in a perfect frame, set him a new season high. In the top of the 6th, Armbruster struck out his 8th batter, tied a career high, but walked back-to-back batters, and that really spoiled his chance at finishing out the frame. Andy Rodriguez did pop out, but Armbruster was done at just 5 2/3. As Griffin McClarty came on to preserve the 1-1 tie, he struck out Malcolm Nunez on a full count pitch to keep the runner at third base and keep Bowie in a 1-1 gridlock. In the bottom of the 6th, that gridlock would be quickly erased as Luis Ortiz tried to extend into the 6th inning. That was very short-lived. Colton Causer singled on the infield to open the frame, and then Connor Norby followed up. He got it done in a bit of an unconventional way. Bowie's only today. First pitch, and he punches it to the right side between the legs of Causer and into right center field for a base hit. He's going first to third. The throw from right field goes wild. Causer's headed home. The throw from third to home is high. He slides and he's safe. Bowie leads 2-1. A single and an error. Everything's coming up aces for Norby. What a day it was for Connor Norby again with 2 more hits. He didn't get an RBI on that one, but it broke the 1-1 tie, and that would turn out to be the winning run for Bowie. But Joey Ortiz, the very next batter, wanted to tack on one for good measure. 2-0. Joey Ortiz bounces it to third, diving attempt, but it's off Triolo's glove and trickles into left field. That's enough time for Norby. He rounds third and scores. Joey Ortiz is into second base with a double. It's 3-1 Bowie. That was the second double of the game for Joey Ortiz. Really made it a much more manageable game for Bowie. But that might not have been so true, because in the 7th inning, Griffin McClarty had a tough time throwing strikes. He walked 2 batters and gave up a single. While loading the bases with 2 outs, it was still a dangerous moment because you've got a tying run at second base. Fortunately, though, Tyler Birch came on and got a quick ground out to end the 7th, strand the bases loaded, and give Bowie time for one more insurance run in the 7th. John Rhodes picked up a 1-out triple, and Colton Causer brought him home. 2-0. Causer lifts it out toward left center field on a line. This could score the run, deep enough where it's picked up by Frazier. Tagging from third and coming home on a weak throw. Rhodes is across, and it's 4-1 Bowie. So a 3-run lead for the Baysox was more than enough for Tyler Birch to close out the evening. He pitched a perfect 8th inning, and in the 9th, while he did walk about it with 2 outs, there was still plenty of wiggle room, and Birch picked up his second save. Here's the 1-1. Lined over to short, and there's Joey Ortiz. The Bowie Baysox are winners once again. A stellar pitching performance for their 3rd consecutive win. Not to mention Connor Norby and his 3rd home run in just 2 days. Your final score tonight, Bowie 4, Altoona 1. So your full box score this evening, Altoona scores just 1 run on only 3 hits. They committed an error and left on 7. Bowie scores 4 runs on 9 hits with no errors. They left on 5. Griffin McClarty is the winning pitcher. He moves to 2-3 on the season. As Luis Ortiz takes the loss, he falls to 5-9. Tyler Birch earns the save. It's his 2nd of the year. As the game was played in 2 hours and 34 minutes in front of a paid attendance at Prince George's Stadium of 3,944. With the loss, Altoona falls under 500 at 58-59 on the season. Their losing streak extends to 3 consecutive games as they're now 29-32 on the road. With the win, Bowie is back to 500. The Baysox are now 59-59 on the season. Their winning streak is at 3 games as Bowie is now 34-27 at home. In the second half, the Baysox are 32-17. Altoona is 25-23. We'll talk about the other scores in the Southwest Division and see how the standings shape up after that. Some full records in a little bit. And a look around the Orioles organization. Another good day in Delmarva. Second game of Jackson Holiday had a little bit of a dramatic finish. We'll talk about it in a bit. You're listening to Baysox Postgame.
Everyone deserves a great smile, and Rad Orthodontics is here to help you, Bowie Baysox fans. Rad Orthodontics accepts most insurance, and whether it's braces or Invisalign aligners, anyone can get the smile they've always wanted with our flexible payment options. With 2 of the country's leading orthodontists right here in the D.C. area, we love to see Baysox fans smile with confidence. So get that amazing smile you deserve. Visit radsmile.com today and book your free consult. That's radsmile.com for Rad Orthodontics, official smile provider of the Bowie Baysox.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
From sprains to stitches, sore throats to stomach aches, and pulled muscles to poison ivy, care is around the corner at Patient First. Walk in to see a doctor from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name fits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Baysox, open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
We're back to Prince George's Stadium one final time this evening as we get ready to wrap up Baysox postgame. A 4-1 win for Bowie over Altoona, as we're going to see how this win is going to help Bowie in the standings. Take a quick look around the Eastern League. Looks like there's one game still in action. Oh, no, as a matter of fact, they're just wrapping up over in Somerset. New Hampshire had an easy day, cruising to a 5-1 win as that game has just closed. New Hampshire picking up their only 52nd win of the season. Fisher Cats seem to be well out of reach of the playoffs at this point. Haven't seen too much of the Northeast Division myself, honestly. Because, of course, Somerset is getting in, and it's just going to be 1-2 between Portland and Hartford from there. Akron was able to get past Richmond again today, 4-2 the final in that one, so they will keep pace with Bowie. As will the Erie Seawolves, a 4-1 win for Erie over the Harrisburg Senators today. Binghamton took down Reading 3-1, and Hartford and Portland had a rainout. They're going to try and make it up in a doubleheader tomorrow. But with all the final scores in action, already on the books, that means that there's not too much change among the top 3 in the Southwest Division. Bowie, Erie, and Akron all won, so there won't be any change as Bowie's 32-17, Erie is 31-18, Akron is 28-21. Erie is still just 1 game out of first place, while Akron will still be 4 games out of first place in 3rd in the Southwest Division. But with Altoona's loss, they fall to 25-23. The Senators are the Curve, I should say. The Senators are below Altoona. The Curve will fall to 6.5 games out of first place as we're coming up on just what's now 20 games left to play in the regular season. So Altoona does have a lot of ground to cover. They could get plenty of help because they do still have to play Akron at one point this year, and they do still have to play Erie at one point this year before they wrap up the season. So plenty of ways that it could go down, but 6.5 games out is, of course, a lot to overcome. As we take a look around the Orioles organization as well, it has been a great day in Birdland. I mean, my goodness, it looks like we're going to have a clean sweep among minor league affiliates, just depending on how things shake up down in Jacksonville, Florida. They're in a rain delay in the top of the 8th inning right now. It is a complete game if they want to call it, and Norfolk has a big enough lead that you wouldn't really blame anyone if they called it. Norfolk leads 10-2. Thanks to a couple of runs in the first and the second, and then a 4 spot in the 6th inning. Aberdeen coasted past Wilmington today thanks to a 5-run third inning, 9-2 the final there. And Creed Willems, after Delmarva trailed 2-1 in the bottom of the 9th inning, the heavy slugging left-hander from Odessa, Texas, slugged a 3-run walk-off home run for the Shorebirds over the Lynchburg Hillcats. 4-2, the final out at Purdue Stadium. But again, the score we care about most on this production is that of Bowie's, and it was a fun one today as the Baysox take down Altoona 4-1. Two sides are back at it again tomorrow for Game 5 in this series. Right-hander Garrett Stallings will go for the Baysox, looking for a bounce-back outing after allowing 8 runs last week. He's 5-10 with a 6.61 ERA. Right-hander Kyle Nicholas will go for Altoona. He's 1-3 with a 3.82 ERA. It'll be a 6:35 first pitch on Saturday, which means a DCA Imaging Systems pregame show of 6:15. That's going to do it for us here from Prince George's Stadium. Matt Sabatis saying thank you so much for stopping by this evening. I hope you had a good time. I know I did, as Bowie takes down Altoona tonight 4-1. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Thanks for listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. We hope you enjoyed today's game, and join us next time for another exciting broadcast coming up soon. This has been a presentation of the Bowie Baysox.